We're live, people. We're live. My name is Alam, and welcome to a Toronto Hoop Talk live stream. Today, we have Bulls and Raptors. We have the Raptors' second game of the regular season. We have a rematch between Raptors and Bulls, which was the play-in matchup from last year that ended the Raptors season. So, lots of stuff going on. Like I said, I hope Diar DeRozan is in courtside. Even if she's not yelling, just the vibes wouldn't feel too great. Definitely player of the game for Chicago last time. But yeah, we're gonna do our thing today. We're gonna watch this game. Shout out to everybody that's watching this live. Shout out to everybody who's gonna catch this on the replay. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you want to support the content. Those are two very important forms of engagement for the growth of a YouTube channel. So yeah, if you enjoy this, if you watch the content, that's the way you could help me grow, because that's ultimately the goal here, people. So yeah, Bulls Raptors. It looks like the game is going to start up soon. They just cut from commercial. So we're good to go. Shout out my guy Leon. Always in the chat. Always in here. Um yeah, it looks like the same starting lineup for us, like I would normally expect. And it looks like the standard starting lineup for the Bulls, except Kobe White, who I'm not sure about. Is he the normal starter, or is he starting because Caruso? I'm not sure. That's interesting, though. I didn't expect to see that name in the starting lineup. We got Darko, the shot of Darko. Sometimes I talk through what's going on just to make sure that people know what I'm seeing. They can get a feel for where my stream is at, so that if you're ahead of me or behind me, you know what to expect. Um, but yeah, first road game of the year. Um, First opportunity to get ahead, get 2-0, obviously. But the bigger deal here, I think, is that Chicago got their ass kicked in the first matchup against OKC. They lost their home opener. I'm pretty sure that was so. Second home game in a row to start the season for Chicago. They don't want to go 0-2 after two home games. That's a disastrous start to the season for a team that's committed so much to what they have on the court right now. This is a team that's at a draft pick deficit. They've spent a lot of money. For them to be 0-2 after two home games would be disastrous. So you're playing against a team whose back is a bit against the wall, even though it's early and they had a players only meeting, right? So yeah. Um Probably gonna get a good game out of Chicago. We'll see what the boys are ready to do today. OG starting out against DeMar. Scotty starting out against Levine. Interesting matchups. OG OG helped off DeMar quite a bit there. DeMar had some space when he got the ball, and I think he was trying to pass it to somebody and it got deflected. So the Bulls will inbound. Schroeder starting out on Kobe. Obviously, Pirtle on Vooch. And who does that leave? That leaves Pascal on Pat Williams. So if you're on Pat Williams in this lineup, you're going to be the help defender for the most part. You're going to have a lot of opportunities to leak off of your guy and try to help somebody else. Probably Scotty and OG with their matchups. Obviously, they got the two tougher matchups here. We got the switch here. Dennis got Pat Williams, gets around Pat Williams, gets right to the basket and scores. When they got that switch, I figured we might kick it to Pascal because Pascal had Kobe on him, and that's barbecue chicken. That is food right there. But no, we got the basket regardless. Dennis picking up where he left off, driving to the basket strong. Pat Williams turns it over. OG in the okay, interesting finish. OG on the fast break. I think it was Vooch by the basket. Finishes with his left. Ooh, out of the campus. He finishes with his left, kind of on the other side of the basket. And we go the other way, and Kobe White turns it over. I feel like Kobe White had a wide open layup, but he made his mind up beforehand that he was going to dish it to Vooch, and it was a bad play. It was a bad pass. Pascal kicking it to Yak. who tries to feed Pascal underneath the basket, but he's in a crowd and a Bulls defender knocks it out. Tough moment there. Levine got Scotty on him. Kobe shoots over Pascal, misses. We go the other way. Good defensive possession so far. Aside from the Kobe White turnover, where honestly he probably had an open layup if he wanted it, our defensive possessions haven't really yielded anything good for Chicago. Pirtle takes it strong to the rim. For some reason, Kobe White is the guy underneath the basket, and that doesn't go good at all for him. So yeah, we're 3 for 3 from the field. Pat Williams pull up from 3, misses. This is pretty dreadful from Chicago. Oh, okay. Nice little attempt there. OG passed to Scotty, who quickly passed it right back. Wasn't quite the space, but I like the idea. I like the idea. DeMar going baseline, draws 2 defenders. Wow. Kicks it to Pat Williams, who thinks he has an open 3, but Scotty blocks the 3 at on the perimeter. That's back-to-back games with Scotty blocking shots on the perimeter, and that's 6 blocks in 2 games now, but like realistically 6 blocks in about like 36 minutes. Scotty, the defensive renaissance for Scotty as a shot blocker is crazy. And I suppose like the whole thing about him growing and getting taller, and now he's 6'10 apparently, it's really showing in this way, to be honest. Like getting to block shots. I don't know. Maybe this is the big difference with Scotty, but this is what, 6 blocks now in probably like 36, 37 minutes. My goodness, DeMar takes an outrageous turnaround fadeaway from the mid range with the shot clock expiring right over OG. And of course, he misses it. We go the other way. Pascal splits a couple defenders at the basket. 8-0. 8-0 Raptors, people. I believe we are 4 for 4 from the field, I think. Because I think basically every possession that we didn't score on, it was a turnover or something like that. Strong start. Strong start. But yeah, first commercial break. Shout out to everybody that's tapped in. Feel free to get active in the chat. Feel free to get your thoughts, your questions, anything you might want to talk about in the chat. I'm definitely going to lean on the chat for these breakages in play where there's nothing to talk about as far as what the game that we're watching. But exciting times. Um, Even if you don't believe in what's happening, or even if you don't believe in what the Raptors have as a core right now, and you don't believe in what this specific combination of players could be, you have to be happy with the fact that it looks like at the very minimum, we're going to be able to repair people's trade value. A big part of, I think, the issue with this past offseason and finding direction was the fact that if you come up off of some of our pieces, they're at an all-time low in terms of value. So you're not getting a whole lot of bang for your buck. Now with a situation like this, if we start playing decently, if we can even just like win the games we're supposed to win, forget being a particularly great team. If we can just win the games we're supposed to win, have a respectable record, look like a decent basketball team, then if we want to move some pieces and kind of shuffle the deck with the roster, we can do that from not a place of our pieces are at their like lowest point. We actually can get value for our pieces and we can go from there. So I'm happy to see that. Like again, I'm somebody who like I'm with everybody, or I'm with all the people that also are concerned about direction, but us playing well helps us regardless of what the direction is. So I'm excited to see what we're seeing so far. I think in a matchup like this last year, what you would have seen at some point is Chicago generating a lot of open looks in 3 and us banking on them missing. But right now, you can see we're looking at DeMar and Zach LaVine and saying, no, we're not going to bail you out with double teams. Go score on these guys one-on-one. Go, DeMar, score on OG one-on-one. Zach LaVine, score on Scotty. Like, there's no double team that's going to bail you out and let you kick to an open three-point shooter. I like it. This is what I wanted to see last year. This is what I'm happy to see this year. Um, Again, just I'm pleased with the common sense approach to our coaching. I'm a fan. I'm gonna quickly drop the StreamYard link for anybody who might want to join. Delmar going right, gets around OG. Kind of fools Pert a little bit under the basket. Pirtle can't contest the shot, knifes his way to the rim and gets a layup to fall. So Chicago gets their first points of the day. Siakam goes right, kicks to Scotty. Scotty's backing down Kobe, draws just a second defender, kind of hesitates, but then just gets the finish over Kobe. Because at the end of the day, what on earth is Kobe White gonna do in the post against Scotty? It's barbecue chicken. Like I said earlier, when Pascal got the switch on Kobe, that's barbecue chicken. If any of our guys that are that big get switched on to Kobe, and Scotty just illustrated that to you if you didn't believe me. Missed corner three from Pat Williams, who allegedly wants $200 million on his next contract. Schroeder knifes to the basket. Kind of a tough look at the rim. Can't get it to fall. Zach LaVine goes the other way. Schroeder gets his hand on the ball. Good point of attack defense. Can't get the turnover. Chicago gets the ball back. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Pat Williams pull up from the mid-range, misses it. But even if he made that, you take that. That's a win. That's a win. I'm taking that. Scotty Barnes. Dennis with the ball. Dennis goes left. Pirtle, push shot. Nice little pick and roll look. Pirtle with a little push shot from like 5 feet. That's definitely a comfortable territory for him. 12-2 Raptors, 5 minutes into the game. Vucevic does a good job of finding DeMar underneath the basket, who just can't catch it clean, and the time it takes to get a hold of the ball allows the defenders to recover. Pascal going the other way. Oh, what a beautiful passing sequence. What a beautiful passing sequence. Pascal to Pirtle to Scotty, back to Pirtle. Quick passing, quick movement. That's beautiful to see. That's awesome. Looks like Kobe got to the free throw line the other way. I actually missed what happened, but oh, what a beautiful passing sequence on this Pirtle bucket. You love to see that. You love to see that. Gary Trent checking in. Who else is out here? Gary Trent. Looks like he checked in for Scotty. So I think that means that we're gonna see the Scotty in the bench unit when we move away from the starters. So the next set of subs will probably give us Scotty in the bench, which is the bench lineup I like to see. So I'm happy with that. We saw some Siakam and the bench in the second half yesterday, and I wasn't a fan. So looks like this sub of Gary Trent for Scotty means that probably in about 5 minutes we'll get Scotty in the bench. So that's good. Siakam got a layup on that last possession. Now OG strips Vooch underneath the basket. We go the other way. Quick in transition, but Chicago gets back defensively pretty well. OG got Caruso in the post. It would have been barbecue chicken, but he lost the handle. It is what it is. Pirtle can't get the push shot to fall. Almost recovers well on the other side. I thought he could have blocked the Kobe White layup, but he just missed it by an inch, man. Shout out Time to Shine. We cooking them 100%. We're getting that get back for the play-in game. Like I said, you see the title of the video. I hope Diar DeRozan isn't at the game. But look, it looks like, we're not really even shooting free throws like that. We're just gonna make all our shots. So even if she was there, we're probably good. That's they're calling that offensive foul on OG. I don't know if he like got an elbow or a shoulder into anybody, but also like Kobe White's feet weren't set there at all. But like that just happens with OG in the post. He's very uncoordinated, badly in need of yoga. Malachi Flynn is in the game, people. Malachi Flynn and McDaniels, I believe, checked in for OG and OG and Dennis. They checked in for OG and Dennis, and one for Vucevic underneath the rim. Just a sloppy bit of play there defensively, not getting the rebound, and then kind of getting caught jumping when you don't get the rebound. Actually, it wasn't. Oh, it was a pass from Kobe. I don't know why I processed that as a miss. Actually, just good playmaking by Kobe White there. Vooch at the free throw line. Did he miss both? I mean, that was an and one, right? Yeah. Oh, that sucks. Who's that number 13? Great hustle from one Bull. Who is that? Oh, Torrey Craig. Great hustle by Torrey Craig to outcompete all the Raptors underneath the rim to get the free throw miss to go off a Raptor and get the Bulls a second possession. Kobe White. Surprisingly, Malachi like almost got cooked, but didn't there. Wow. Wow. Crazy make by Vucevic at the end of the shot clock. Just chucked it. Just chucked it up off balance and got it to fall. So 16-10 Raptors. 8-2 scoring run for the Bulls in the last 2:07. It is what it is. Pascal with the ball. Got the switch. He's got Vucevic on him. Pull up three? I feel like you can take Vuce, Pascal. Come on. Come on. We didn't need that. We did not need that. But whatever. Vooch backing his man down. Misses. But then again, we just can't corral the rebound. Ball goes off of McDaniels. Bulls get extra possession. So these extra possessions here as of late for the Bulls, not good to see. Not good to see at all. Corner three for Torrey Craig, and he makes it. Damn, big couple possessions from Torrey Craig, for sure. 100%. A 11-2 run now for Chicago. This didn't quite coincide with the bench subs, but obviously the bench is a lot less equipped to get this right. Turnover on an illegal screen from Precious. So probably we've strung together 5 bad possessions in a row at this point. Offensively and defensively. Not what you want to see. Really out here with Flynn's, for fuck's sake, man. Yeah, dude, Flynn is like, you can tell Darko was intent on giving guys opportunities. And the thing is, right, if Flynn had never played before, then whatever, right? Give a guy a run of games and see what he can do. But the thing with Flynn is like, this is just more of the same. So I feel like the leash should be shorter. DeMar hits a 3 to tie the game. So that's a 14-2 run, I believe now, right? So it's like 14-2 run to start the game for Toronto, 14-2 run to respond from Chicago. We're looking at back-to-back 14-2 runs in this game. It's 16-16. But this situation kind of mirrors a situation that was in the last game. We were up 8-0, I think, to start the game. And then the Wolves got a 10-8 lead. So it was like similar contrasting swings to start the game. And Darko took a timeout when we were only down 2. Or we were up 2. I think we were up 10-8 in the last game when Darko took the timeout. We figured things out and we played pretty well from that point onwards. So that's my big thing with where we're at right now is that like I like Darko's timeout usage. Taking timeouts, not when things get bad, like not when you're down 8-10. Taking a timeout when the game is still close. When a swing happens, taking the timeout when it's in a very recoverable situation, not letting it get bad, because that happened sometimes last year. I see we just got the redirect from Sarcasm City, man. Big up to everybody that's pouring in from Sarcasm City. 22 people of you guys, 22 of you guys in here. Shout out to you guys. You guys might be familiar with me from the content at Sarcasm City. On NFL Talks, the other football show, a lot of the NBA content, a Q&A here and there. But yeah, if you just want to support the Sarcasm City ecosystem and everybody out here, man, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. You might be interested in basketball, and this is like Toronto Hoop Talk, so it's a Toronto-based basketball community. You're going to get a lot of Team Canada and a lot of Toronto Raptors stuff, but basketball as a whole is going to be talked about here. So if you're interested in basketball, this is going to be a pretty cool place to hang out over the course of the season. If you might be interested in getting into basketball, this would be a good place to start. And if you just don't care at all, feel free to just drop a like and then cut. So whatever it is, shout out to you guys for being here. We got Bulls and Raptors right now, second game of the regular season for both teams. Raptors trying to build off a good start in their first game, getting a win. Bulls trying to avoid going 0-2 because they had a stinker in their first game at home. So second game at home for the Bulls. They're going to really want this win. It's a good little matchup going on right now. It's a replay of the Raptors' last game of the season last year where they got eliminated when their season ended. So a lot going on in this game. If you guys want to come kick it and watch this game, not a bad way to spend a Friday night. But yeah, shout out to you guys for sure. We're back from the commercial. Darko made his adjustments. It looks like he made another sub. So maybe this is when we go to Scotty in the bench. Yep. Here it is, people. We got Malachi, McDaniels, Achua, Trent, and Scotty. So this is the bench unit that I want to see play consistently, primarily because this is going to give Scotty a good platform to be like the guy on the court. And these minutes should help him grow as a basketball player. So, oh my God, Malachi Flynn pull up three. Well, not pull up three, just catch and shoot. But I mean, when Malachi Flynn is taking a contested three, you failed. Your possession failed. But yeah, regardless of how this goes on the court for the Raptors on a game-to-game basis, I want to see this lineup for what I think it's going to lead to in terms of Scotty's long-term development. So that's why I'm happy to see this lineup. I thought Siakam on the bench last week was like, or last night, or the last game, just like Siakam not going to benefit from that. The rest of the bench players aren't going to benefit from Siakam chucking. And if Siakam's not even there to have the ball in his hands, why is he in that lineup in the first place? Another illegal screen by Precious. Boy, to be fair though, right? In that instance, I think Gary Trent left early because that a ball handler going around a screen is about timing. The ball handler needs to give the screener time to get set. The screener has to get set in an efficient or like in a timely manner. I don't think Precious was sloppy there or lazy or anything. I thought Gary Trent left a little bit early, but that's the second time that specifically Gary Trent going around a Precious Achua screen has resulted in an illegal screen. So they have to figure that out because that's two possessions dead now because of them. Fortunately, Chicago just jacks up ridiculous threes and misses both, so we don't really pay for it immediately. Scotty picked up his dribble, looking for an outlet. McDaniels comes to get the ball. Seemingly has no clue what he wants to do with it. Scotty finds Precious in the corner, who puts up a three that was like kind of contested. Can't get the shot to fall. So it's been a bit of a brick fest for the Raptors for a good minute now. Like probably a good 3, 4, 5 minutes now. It's been a lot of misses for Toronto. Chicago gets a basket to fall. Somebody hit a deep two from the baseline. I think it was Zach LaVine. All right, Scotty got Javon Carter on him. That's a matchup you gotta like. Scotty gets Zach LaVine switched onto him. You gotta take this guy to the basket. Finds a double team, kicks it to Malachi, who what a it's Malachi Flynn again. Where is it? Really out here with Flynn still. Scotty commands a double team, right? So you could say in essence he's done his job. Gets it to Malachi, who it's Malachi's job to basically the guy who gets the ball out of that situation. You have a 4-on-3 outside of Scotty's part of the court. It's your job to take advantage of it. Loses control of the ball, falls into Precious's hands in the corner. He has to dive to get it. with like 1 second left on the shot clock. So of course we get a shot clock violation. That's very bad. He's too unserious. He's too just like there's no upside with him having minutes or him playing minutes. And now we got Andre Drummond dunking on us, bro. We got Andre Drummond dunking on us now. And then Gary Trent throws it to Torrey Craig on the inbounds play. He was trying to obviously throw it to Scotty Barnes, but Torrey Craig was right on him, and Torrey Craig tips the ball the other side. Jeez, this has been a very ugly 5 minutes from Toronto right here. It was looking nice to start the game. Again, I think we were up 14-2. This is like an 18-2 run for Chicago at this point. That's probably gone on for like 5 to 6 minutes now. Oh my God. Caruso putting Achua in the spin cycle, people. What am I watching? What on earth am I watching? 22-16 Chicago. Scotty Barnes aggressive to the basket. They're going to call a charge. That's the right call. I think Caruso could read from probably about the 3-point line from when Scotty what's the right way to say it? The way he kind of just like leaned into dribble, you could tell he was aggressively trying to go into the basket, like kind of a body language thing you can read. Caruso reads it, and I mean, I read it that he was about to go to the basket. So I'm sure Caruso, the great defensive player he is, could read it too, and he just beats him to the spot and draws a charge. Very Lowry-like from Caruso there. Torrey Craig aggressively guarding Scotty on the perimeter. Scotty turns it over. He ends up deciding that he wants to just kick it to somebody on the other side of the court, and Caruso jumps it and goes the other way. This is a 22-2 run from Chicago in about 6 minutes. Now Trent almost gets stripped and thankfully doesn't. Finds OG, who gets a dunk before the end of the quarter. With he got that dunk literally, I think, exactly before the buzzer went off. So, boy, that even though that worked, it was very sloppy. It was very sloppy. What a nasty ending to the first half. Like really just filthy, disgusting stuff from the Raptors. But it happens. It gets like that. I think when our starting lineup is back, they'll play much better. These are the trials and tribulations of our roster setup. Last year and the year before, Nick Nurse pretty clearly hated the Raptors bench. Basically was only comfortable playing like 7 to 8 guys. We're more or less that same team with a couple other pieces, but like if Darko's looking at it like I don't necessarily like Otto Porter and Grady isn't ready yet, then you're kind of working with the same situation. Jaden McDaniels is cool, but Jaden McDaniels isn't really like a needle mover. Malachi Flynn didn't play for a reason. Chris Boucher's not playing. I'm just realizing that. Chris Boucher didn't play in the first game, I don't think, and isn't playing here. What is the line? Yeah, because the front court is McDaniels, Achua, and Scotty. True. Chris Boucher's getting no run. Maybe we need to shuffle the deck with the bench a little bit. But yeah, like the bench unit has not been good. The bench unit got gashed in the second half of the first game, and they got gashed in this game so far. Honestly, I don't think they were that bad in the first half against Minnesota, but the second half was disgusting, and then this was bad too. So our Scotty plus the bench lineup has to figure things out. For what it's worth, they're going up against Chicago. Oh, we're 0 for 4 from 3. Yikes. They're 2 for 11. Jesus. 2 for 15 from 3 in this game. These teams just suck from 3. But what was I going to say? Yeah, we're going up against Chicago's bench unit that has Caruso, which is one of the better perimeter defenders in basketball. So like a team that as is, or a unit that as is, isn't good. Having to actually go up against somebody who's like a specialist at something that's gonna make their job harder is tough. Man, from cooking to stinking, 100%. Look at Time to Shine's comment. 8:21 my time. 16 minutes ago, Time to Shine pulled up and said we cooking them. 16 minutes later, cooking to stinking. Life comes at you quickly. OG drives baseline, finds McDaniels from three, puts it up and he misses. Of course he misses. 0 for 5 now from three. I think we made some subs because Pirtle is on and OG is on, but I think we made the OG sub before the end of the quarter. Grady's on, so that's interesting, and Dennis is on, so we bailed on that lineup pretty quickly. I guess we're giving McDaniels an opportunity to play with some better players. OG big three. But yeah, so McDaniels and Grady actually have a pretty nice opportunity here to play with starters because Dennis, Pirtle, and OG, those are good players to play with. Oh, that sucks. Zach LaVine misses the three. Drummond right there to get the putback. Where was Pirtle there? I think he got caught up. I was just a really effective pick and roll, I guess, because Pirtle had to pick up LaVine to kind of figure out the space that was created by the pick. And that opened up a lot of space for Drummond at the basket. Dennis around the screen, fumbles the ball to McDaniel, back to Pirtle in the middle of the court on his Jokic. Nice little move to get the basket to fall. Look at Pirtle. Look at Pirtle out here thriving. Dennis Schroeder picking up Javon Carter. Slip screen from Drummond. They find Torrey Craig on the weak side, wide open from three. He misses. He's actually one of the guys who made a three in this game. It was him and DeMar. Think about it. 2 threes have been made in this game. It's like 2 for 17 now. Torrey Craig and DeMar DeRozan are the 3-point shot makers. Kick ball on Dennis pass. He was trying to feed Pirtle as a roll man in a pick and roll. We'll get the ball back. But yeah, just this is a stinky game from a shot making standpoint. It's really just about who generates the better looks at the basket because that's really like the only efficient way these teams will score. But the middies aren't falling, and the threes are like definitely not falling. Working at a construction site, people. It's bricks everywhere. Grady in the corner beats his man, finds McDaniels, who finds Grady wide open from the corner. Oh, he misses. Come on, Grady. We need that. We need that. We need that. Hey, that's an offensive foul. Pirtle taking a charge underneath the basket. You like to see it. You know Drummond has no bag. He has no like catalog of moves. He's going to drop his shoulder into you, try to move you backwards and get good positioning. Pirtle sees that coming, draws the charge. It's good stuff. Dennis screens open up a good look from three, and he misses badly. Hits backboard. Whew. Oh, yeah, OG made it three. So this game is now 3 for 21 from three. Javon Carter misses. We go the other way. Grady, pull it. Pump fake from three. Gives it back to Schroeder. Okay, Grady, contested three. Misses. It's all good. Keep shooting. Keep shooting. Keep shooting, Young G. Keep shooting. I like how Grady moves without the ball. Like constantly in motion. As soon as the ball leaves his hand, relocates quickly. Obviously, his shot isn't falling, but that's fine. Just he's a good shooter. Just keep shooting. That's verticality, though, I think, for Pirtle there. I think they're calling something on. They call the shooting foul there. LaVine, the cheap free throws there. Very cheap free throws. Oh, that's bad. I didn't even know this. I didn't know he has 3. That's bad. Whoa, no. We get more precious minutes. No. Of course, Precious should get his minutes, but just he should not be playing the last 8 minutes of the first half. because we need to get back in the game. And he's had a rough day today. Strictly, if you look at just like how he's done with the 2 illegal screens, it's been a rough day for him. Hasn't really made up for it in any way, shape, or form. Schroeder going the other way. Yeah, so we started 5 for 5 from the field, and we've been 6 for 16 since. Man, 5 for 5. That's around the time that Time to Shine came through and said we're cooking them. Those were good times. Bulls make a pull-up jumper for like 8 or 9 feet. But yeah, we're stuck 7 here, 8 minutes to go in the second. You'd like to see something here. I think this is the starting lineup plus Grady and Precious. So Scotty and OG, no, Scotty and Scotty and Pirtle. Scotty and Pirtle are missing. Grady and Achua are playing in the spots for the starting lineup. As of now, we're probably going to see, a technical foul on somebody on the Bulls. How are you taking a technical foul up 7? What's wrong with you? And Dennis gives it back, missing the free throw. So Pat Williams and DeMar check in for the Bulls. There's a really grumpy looking guy courtside for the Bulls near their bench in like the Drake seats, as in like the seats closest to the bench. OG can't find anybody to inbound. That's 5. That's a turnover. 5-second rule. You got to inbound the ball within 5 seconds. We turn it over. Jeez, we've played bad since the first 5 minutes. The way we turned it around, so in the last game against the Wolves, start out up 8-0, end up to 10-8. We call a timeout because Minnesota's getting some momentum, and then we turned it around. This time, it was a similar situation of we started 14-2 on a 14-2 run. The Bulls evened it up with a 14-2 run. We called a timeout similarly to halt momentum, but we just did nothing to turn it around in this game. Alley-oop on the pick and roll from Dennis to Precious. That is just too high of a pass. Precious can't get it. Bulls going the other way. They find DeMar in the corner. Great contest from Pascal. Forces a pass. Vucevic. Who was that? Number 13. Did a good job of cutting to the basket. Just couldn't get it to fall. Grady picks up his dribble. Has to pass it to the other side of the court. Precious has it. Gives it to Dennis. Goes around a Precious screen. That's not illegal. OG almost spins into a double team. OG has to take a 3 because just our possession wasn't leading to anything. It was just passing for passing's sake. 5 seconds to go on the shot clock. OG jacks it up and missed. And the other side, Kobe makes a 3 from the top of the arc. But cool. We're down 10 now. Dennis Schroeder gives it to OG. All right, Grady, just pull it. We need it, whatever. Dennis contested 3, in and out. I get that we're not really getting much going right now, but I mean, the contested 3 early in the shot clock, you're joking, right? Nah, that's crazy. Did Precious just get called for that foul? That's crazy. That's such a bailout. Somebody was doing a lot, tried to go for a layup. I thought Precious almost blocked it, but like I don't think he actually. I don't know. I'll have to see that again. Maybe there was contact, but that's just tough because even if Precious did foul him, you just shouldn't foul a player in that type of situation. Like they basically made a decision to do something I don't think they can do. That guy looked very off balance on that layup. You just let him shoot that and hope he misses because he's not balanced. But they foul him, and now he gets free throws probably, and we bailed him out of a bad situation that they put themselves in. Very apt adjective. It's stinky. It's stinky. This has been an ugly basketball game. If you're a Raptors fan, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Well, we signed up for stuff like this. There's a lot of time to go. I think a lot of people expected specifically games like this from a team that doesn't have 3-point shooting, that doesn't necessarily have like established creators necessarily. Oh, that's funny. So this is coming from a Heat fan for people who aren't familiar. Send Lowry back to Toronto. That's mad funny. Why not? See, like, I think Miami would be okay just getting off of Lowry's contract. Why not bring Lowry back for some vibes and potentially like just to yell at people? That'd be fine. I would take it. Lowry, I think, is probably making like 30 mil. We could take Thad Young, Otto Porter, Malachi Flynn, and we'd probably need like 10 more mil. Chris Boucher. Pack your bags, guys. You're headed to Miami. We're bringing Lowry back. We're bringing Seven back. But yeah, man, big up to all you guys in here. Shout out to the 14 of you that are still tapped in. You're all my guys. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. A lot of content coming up this year. It's my first year actually seriously making content generally, like for the basketball year. So I'm excited. It's probably not going to be the best year. There probably would have been more fun years that I've been alive for to make content, but look, it is what it is. You got to start somewhere. So yeah, make sure, if you want to help support me or you want to help support the Sarcasm City ecosystem as a whole, man, make sure hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, people. So let's see some other scores right now. I hope somebody else is miserable too. I hope it's not just me. Grizzlies down 9 to the Nuggets. That's not miserable. Charlotte down. Well, Charlotte's always miserable. Atlanta down 8 to New York. That's kind of miserable. Miami's down 5 to Boston. Joel, are you watching Miami? It looks like Hero and Bam are hooping. Hey, Lowry has 2 threes. This doesn't even look like the worst game. It looks like it gets a lot worse. My goodness, the Spurs are down against Houston. Is Fred hooping? Fred is hooping. I missed that possession, but it looks like we did nothing with it, which was a fair guess, and I think I'm right. Yep. It looks like Fred is having a game. Another foul underneath the basket. Probably Chicago must be in the bonus at this point. What is Wemby doing? Wemby's 2 for 10, 0 for 5 from 3. Wow. I wonder who's guarding him. Dylan Brooks, a one-on-one defense against Wemby. Talking cash shit. DeMar puts himself in an awkward spot, passes out of his awkward spot. Vucevic ends up with the ball and is just out here kind of bullying us underneath the basket, but can't get the shot to fall. We go the other way in transition. Pascal sets up a very open 3 for McDaniels, who misses front rim. Fortunately, we get the rebound back. Pascal, oh my God. Pascal jacks up a 3 and misses everything. It doesn't look like we know how to play basketball right now. The way even just the passing is going, because we look like we almost turned the ball over twice in that possession, and we missed 3 threes. And DeMar's probably going to hit this 3, and he does. So DeMar hits a 3, and we are down 15 now. They're calling it a long 2, apparently. So just DeMar DeRozan things, hitting long 2s. Jesus, 23 points with 5 minutes to go in the second. People, will we get to 40? I don't know. Gary Trent misses a 3. 1 for 15 from 3. I was just going to look the stat up, and thank you to Time to Shine for putting that in there. 12 turnovers. 12 turnovers and like a good handful of almost turnovers. Pat Williams gets a 3 to fall. We're down 40 to 23 now. Chicago's getting their three to fall. So again, it's 40-23. We were once up 14-2. So this is a 38-9 run for Chicago. 38-9 in about a quarter roughly of real time, maybe more than a quarter, probably 15 minutes of basketball time. Dennis forces up a mid-range, doesn't go. Somebody leaks out past the whole Raptors defense. Nobody gets back. It's Io. Io gets past everybody. It's 42-23. Wemby is a glorified Sochan. You know what's crazy? I heard a take the other day saying Wemby is a glorified Bol. And the guy was dead serious. He was like, look, if Bol had the hype machine that Wemby had, they would look at Bol the same way. And I'm like, wow. Wow. um, this is an obvious Raptors comeback win. Joel, I appreciate your enthusiasm. I don't feel what you're feeling, but look, I hope you're cooking something special. I hope I look back at this message and I'm like, what was Joel cooking? Um, Scotty gets blocked at the rim. That is not fun. DeMar somehow dribbles it off Gary Trent's foot, then off his own foot, then out of bounds. So at least the Bulls didn't score there. It was 16-3. Jeez. That means 7. That means a 39-7 run. It's a 39-7 run. We're out here getting bludgeoned. You know what? We turned it over there offensively. I don't even know what happened there. No, you're joking. I was joking when I said Dylan Brooks would be guarding Wemby talking cash shit. Are you joking? Did this seriously happen? Because if so, I love how easy it is to predict what Dylan Brooks would do in any given situation. Such a funny guy. And yes, we got a Boucher sighting. Boucher is here to save the day. Imagine these are your first minutes, though. You just get subbed into like a complete ass whooping. That wouldn't be fun. At all. That would not be fun. OG. OG should have just took that three, man. Gary Trent takes an even worse three and he misses. Rebound gets tipped out back to Gary Trent. Pascal. Ball gets tipped out of his hands on a drive. Oh my god. Nothing is going smoothly. We can't even get one offensive possession to go smoothly. And I'm not even saying like score. I'm talking about just have the possession go smoothly. He said Wemby is just tall. No, you're joking. That's so funny. That's so like that's probably the like most efficient way to belittle Wemby is to just be like, nah, he's just tall. But that's jokes to say that and to have Wemby playing the way he's playing. That's funny. We need to hear Dylan Brooks after the game just being like, yo, he's just Bol with a French passport. That's it. Nah, if Dylan Brooks gets on a microphone after the game and says he's just baguette Bol, I'm gonna lose it. That'd be so funny. But yeah, let me check these scores because that's gonna help feel better. Kyrie going up against Brooklyn. That should be fun. Watch Cam Thomas outscore him. Kyrie's 0 for 2 so far. The Mavericks getting good minutes out of Derek Lively is pretty big because like they need role players in the worst way. And I felt like one of my criticisms for the roster was that they were heavily leaning on young talent, and that's just like it's a gamble. But if Derek Lively gives you good minutes, then that gamble paid off. So that's solid for them. What else is going on in the association? Oh, SGA is up. I was about to say SGA is up 10 on the Cavs. I'm just talking about OKC, but that's how I see OKC. That's just the SGA team. Couldn't care. Like I just, that's what they are. It's the SGA. This is a SGA stand account. That's what this is. But I'm looking at the box score, and SGA has 18. Next highest on his team, Lou Dort with 13. Nobody else has more than 7. So the Canadians are really going crazy. You know what? You know what? You know what? This watch along might pivot to SGA, Cavs, and Thunder. That might be what has to. I might make that executive call. Let me see if I can find this game. If I can't find it, I will find it elsewhere in a very legal way. Um, but yeah, we might have to pivot to the Thunder because I'm not spending. We'll watch the Thunder and then keep an eye on the Raptors game. I'll make this pivot at halftime. If the Raptors come back, yeah, we'll be back. But otherwise, I would much rather watch SGA on a Friday night than what I'm seeing right now on this TV screen. Pascal pull up cuts the deficit to 17, 2:30 to go. So I jokingly said, "Will we get to 40?" Sounded like Lewis talking about road to 40 points. I literally was talking about road to 40 points as well. The question is now road to 30. Do we get to 30 points? Because we're not scoring 15 in 2.5 minutes. Now the question is, can we get to 30 points? DeMar, mid-range pull-up at the end of the shot clock, misses. Scotty going the other way. We go quickly. Boucher to the basket, gets it to fall, and one. Very quick transition basket there. I was surprised that the Bulls had guys kind of to the right of the basket, to the left of the basket, but nobody in the middle. Because Boucher did nothing but just run from the 3-point line to the basket. There was nothing impeding him, just directly to the basket. And obviously a good pass by Scotty to get him there. Boucher makes the free throw. We're at 28, so the road to 30 is probably going to get done. But I'm not going to, get get too ahead of myself and take things for granted. But hey, quick little 5 points from the Raptors. DeMar, two defenders dealing with him, turns it over. We're back the other way. Pascal, probably an offensive foul. Oh my God. He kicked it to, yeah, they called an offensive foul on Pascal there. He kicked it to Boucher after running over Kobe White. And Boucher actually made the three, so that's tough. That's really, really tough. But the thing is, right, like maybe Kobe White wasn't set there, but like part of what happens when you're so bad at shooting from three is that teams know that you desperately want to get to the basket. So like when you start to really like it starts to look like you're sprinting and your head's down a little bit and it looks like you're trying to like you're beginning an aggressive move to the basket, it's very easy to read. So it's very easy to take charges. If this is not a charge here, right? If this is a block, it's marginal. Like it's very close to being a charge if it's not. Um, so that's just what it is. Like it's going to be an easy call for Chicago the rest of the way to just be like, you're going to be able to see from a mile away when somebody's trying to like bully their way to the basket. Just beat them to a spot, plant your feet, take a charge. Easy turnover. The thing is, right? Like Kobe's left foot is planted, the right one is moving. The left foot is more the location where Pascal makes contact with. So like the right foot that he's moving is like less relevant. It would be different if Kobe was moving his left foot to the left into the space that the collision with Pascal happened. But like he was actually already set in that area that Pascal collided with him in. His other foot was just catching up with like that's probably a charge, but we'll see what happens. After review, the challenge. I can't read if that was successful or unsuccessful, but it looks like the Raptors are getting the ball because Scotty's walking in that direction. Okay, yeah, I think they gave us that call, so that's cool. That's nice. We got the ball. Unfortunately, we don't get the Boucher three, which really would have helped. But you take what you can get sometimes. It is what it is. At least we didn't turn it over here. 148 to go. 14-point deficit. Scotty with the ball. Pascal finding OG on the far side. Misses the three. Offensive foul from Chicago. Illegal screen. How is it side out? Wasn't he going up? The thing is like maybe he initially wanted to go up and changed his mind. Wow, we're 1 for 18 from three. Maybe he changed his mind, but he literally did end up passing it to the side. So that's probably going to work against him. Maybe if he hears the whistle, he goes up, and that just sucks. But because he actually did make a pass to the side, they're just going to roll with that. Oh, what a pass by Scotty. Good cut by OG. It's a 12-point game, but that was a solid transition possession. I like so much of what we do in transition, and we are pretty well built to play in transition, but like we're just so bad in the half court. Like just so bad in the half court. Scotty backing Kobe down. Second defender coming. Wide open three for Gary Trent. Makes it 9-point game. Okay, people, we might not be pivoting to SGA because it is in single digits, which I did not expect to happen. Also, the Bulls can't make baskets either, right? So maybe this game could turn just on the fact that the Bulls are going to mess it up. Mid-range pull-up from Kobe. So much of an air ball that it ends up in Pascal's hands underneath the basket. Wow. All right, so it looks like Pascal's going to take a shot with probably 5 seconds to go in the half. So this will be the second last shot of this quarter. Gary Trent with the ball, passes it back to Pascal, goes around a slip screen, goes left. Ooh, that's a bad miss. Scotty gets it back, fortunately gets the rebound, gets it up. Pascal did a really good move to get a little push shot from 5 to 6 feet away, completely open, misses it. Scotty fortunately had time to get the shot up. It's a 7-point game. I don't know how it's a 7-point game. I don't know how we got here. I think the main thing is just that Chicago also has their own limitations and their own ability to mess things up. But we have a game, people. 7-point game. Um, I think the starting lineup is pretty encouraged with their play down the stretch. I think you can look at it like the beginning of the game and the end of the game, right? The two most pronounced areas where your starters are going to play, those parts of the game were good. It's that middle area where you get staggered lineups with some starters, some bench players, some all bench units. That staggered area in the middle was absolutely downright terrible. It was so bad. So that's where we're at, people. I feel pretty good about how this game will probably go in the second half when our starters are out there. But the real test of things is what happens when our bench players are out there. And this is the thing, this is why I like our bench lineup that is Scotty plus 4 bench players, because the onus is on Scotty, and I think that pressure should start to be put on him in that kind of a situation where you're going up against the other team's bench for the most part. You're playing with guys who you're the superstar when you play with these guys. The pressure's on you, the responsibility is on you, and you have a platform now to grow as a player and start to you can ease Scotty into a guy who has more and more of a role on your team. So I like that the pressure is on him because it is going to be the case in the second half. If our starters come out in the second half and get this to a tie game, and then we hand a tie game off to our bench lineup, now all the focus is on you, and you're going to be, that lineup is going to be the reason you lose if you now then hand a 10-point deficit back to the starters when it's time for the starters to play at the end of the fourth. So, yeah, this is where we need Scotty to start to take jumps and start to take um, command of games. And I'm excited again. I'm excited for the pressure to be put on him. Okay. How is it 7? That's what I'm saying. Time to shine. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I don't know. 19-7, real quick. This has the markings of I think this was the 9 and 10 play-in game. This feels like a 9 seed versus 10 seed, just the way they're playing. Now, for what it's worth, maybe we'll be better than that this year, but like just the offensive execution and the shot making, it's that of a stinky team. But yeah, people, it's halftime. Feel free to get active in the chat. Chat has 6 blocks. Wow. Okay, maybe I should watch that game for halftime. That would probably be a better thing to do at halftime. Let's get this sorted out. Actually, I shouldn't do it on the computer because that gets my computer to freeze when I'm streaming and pulling up game streams and whatnot. So I'll pull it up somewhere else. But yeah, that's not a bad way to spend halftime. But yeah, um, while I sort this out, feel free to get any questions or comments in the chat for any conversation you guys might want to have while we wait for basketball to be played. Again, shout out to everybody in here. There's 13 people in here. You guys are all my people. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. I'm like 3 subs off of 150. That'd be a pretty cool milestone to hit. Road to 200 is very much on the way. If I could get to 150 by like this time next week, that would be very cool. So if you guys, you know what I'm saying, want to support me, want to help me out along the journey, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Where is Thunder Cavs? Where is Thunder Cavs? Yeah, if you guys are watching anything else as well, also let me know, because I'm curious as to what you guys are tapped into. But yeah, the Thunder are high up on the league pass list. Definitely. The Thunder are very high up on that list. So much that's interesting about that team. Like, obviously you have SGA, but like you said, you have Chet, you have Giddy, you have a young talent like Jalen Williams. You got random guys off the bench that are low-key like first-round picks that you're going to learn about when you watch them play. And then, yeah, it's just like seeing a young team developing from the bottom. It's way too early to make comparisons to their last team that had like Harden, Russ, and KD, but like they're in a similar position of just being stacked with young talent. We'll see. When they had that old team, they were stacked with young talent, and the young talent developed into their potential, right? Still yet to be determined if that happens with this group of young players. They do have to hit their ceilings and develop into their like potential for it to be comparable, but they are at the point of having the young talent. I think I just made a change behind me that'll help with StreamYard figuring out what's the background and what's me. But yeah, I'm seeing it 62-60 for the Thunder over the Cavs. D-Rose is balling. Actually, that's another thing I've been meaning to see is what is Memphis's rotation without Ja and with their new players. So they start Xavier Steven Adams is out for the year. That's tough. Xavier Tillman at center, Jaren Jackson at the 4, Zaire Williams, Bane, and Marcus Smart on the perimeter. All right. John Conchar, Derrick Rose, LaRavia, And who's this? David Roddy off the bench. Okay, wow. Okay, so the Grizzlies are actually pivoting to a lot of young talent here. Like Zaire Williams is 22, not a whole ton of experience. Um, Conchar, oh, he's 27. Never mind. He just doesn't have experience. He's not young. But yeah, LaRavia and Roddy. Yeah, LaRavia is 21. Roddy is 22. So you got a third of 3 out of your 9 rotation players are very young. Are very young. So a lot of youth there, and like as is even some of their other established players are generally young. Oh wow, they have injuries. So I knew about Adams and Clark. Santi Aldama and Kennard are out too. Jeez, that's a lot of. That's why they're so young. Because as I was looking through that list, I was like, this is more young talent than I expected. I did not know this was Memphis's vision, but of course that's the case. Got it. What are the injuries? Oh yeah, Clark is still recovering from the Achilles. Adams out for the year with the PCL sprain. Santi Aldama with a right ankle sprain. Kennard with a concussion. Santi Aldama for Spain against Canada went crazy. I've never seen him play like that before. I didn't know he could play like that, but he actually was like, he was hitting threes, not easy ones, and he did a windmill in the game. Not to taunt. He did a windmill because that was the only way to keep from a Canadian defender from swiping at the ball. So he did one of these to protect the ball and dunk. I was like, who is this guy? I did not know he could play like this. But he played great against Canada for Spain. Sucks for them that they lost because they actually played so well in that game. We just had an unreal last 3-4 minutes. But yeah, Memphis's team when healthy will be interesting to see how it shakes out. But it looks like, think about it, they got 4 guys out for injury. I think 1 guy is guaranteed to not return, but you have Ja Morant coming back from a suspension too. So it's like they're gonna add 4 players to whatever it is that they have. So they're probably gonna get a lot better towards the end of the year. Hey, big up, Jez. Big up. Hope you're well too. Jez, halftime of the Raptors game, we're watching the Thunder right now. It's SGA watch when in doubt. The Raptors were down 19 like 10 minutes ago, and I was telling the chat, I was like, look, people, this continues. I'm not watching the Raptors. We're going to pivot to SGA watch with the swiftness. Toronto Hoop Talk, not Raptors Hoop Talk. So, fortunately, the Raptors cut it to 7 points, so we're just going to continue. But I got SGA on in front of me right now. Yo, that boy is something special. And even the team as a whole. I think Time to Shine was saying Chet has 6 blocks. It's looking spooky out here for some teams. Having to go up against OKC as another team in the West. I like it. I like it. Maple Jordan. Maple Jordan. I like it. That's jokes. We're definitely gonna do a Thunder watch along pure like one of those like marquee matchups when they play a big team on like a Thursday night or something when there's not really any other games. We're definitely gonna do a Maple Jordan watch, 100%. Denver, Memphis down the stretch. Rose is cooking. Say a word. Oh yeah, that's a 1-point game. Hold on. Are we looking at triple double watch for Chet with blocks? Oh, you're saying at halftime. It's far past halftime now. Never mind. But yeah, 10 points, 10 rebounds, 6 blocks. Like in theory, this guy could get a triple double with blocks. That's unreal. That's unreal. But yeah, Lou Dort and SGA got 39 right now. They got 39 and the team's 69. The Canadians are holding shit down right now for OKC. Yeah, 100%, 100%, man. Appreciate you tapping in. Shout out to Jez every single time. What else we have going on in the NBA? Oh, is Wemby still putting up a stinker? Because it was ugly when I checked like 15 minutes ago. Wemby still 2 for 10. Okay, so he hasn't been shooting because he was 2 for 10 15 minutes ago as well. Devin Vassell. I heard Devin Vassell is the best player on that team right now. I'm not that familiar with his game. I know he got a bag, but I heard he's the best player on that team. I wonder if the Spurs have an enforcer. Because this is what I'm thinking, right? Like, if you look at the way Wemby plays, he's going to embarrass some people this year, right? And then if he embarrasses some people, you know how egos are, you know how pride is. Somebody's going to take like a cheap shot or throw an elbow at him, or like they'll do something that's just it warrants retaliation. So I wonder who's the goon on the Spurs, who's the enforcer, who's the muscle, who's going to step in when somebody tries Wemby. Who is there Udonis has them? Let me look through this team and see who I think it might be. Because if they don't have one, they need one. They should bring Udonis Haslam out of retirement if they don't have one. It's probably not Zach Collins. It's probably not Chetty Osman or Doug McDermott. Yeah, they might not have an enforcer. Let me look down this bench. Oh, they have a Georgian guy. That's possible. They have a Georgian guy from New York. That's possible. Sandro Mamukelashvili. Oh, okay. So we're getting our tap in from the Celtics as well. Is that what you're saying, Ahmed? Is that what's going on? Porzingis has 11 shots. Brown has 15. Tatum has 14. I mean, yeah, he's out there taking almost as many shots as the main guys on that team. But I'm looking at the Celtics. Their whole starting lineup has 13 or more. Porzingis has 16. Derek White has 14. Jaylen Brown has 15. Holiday has 13. And Tatum has 14. That's fire. That's fire when at 3 minutes to go in the third and your whole starting lineup has 13 or more. That's tough to go against, but if you look at Miami, it looks like they got 21 from Bam, 22 from Bam, 21 from Hero, and Loki 13 from Lowry. So where is it? Where's the Joel message? Send Lowry back to Toronto. Bro, he's doing decent for you right now. Scoreline is 81-80, no defense. Yeah, it's too early for defense, man. It's way too early for defense. Game 2 out of 82 is not when you play defense. I low key understand what's going on. Like I don't blame them that much. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying is see he's rested right now. He's old as hell. So like, first couple of games of the year probably going to be at his peak point of rest. Then he's going to have to take randomly 2 weeks off probably in like January, but the rest is worth it. And he'll be back at it. Never forget when Lowry dropped 30 in a play-in. Never forget. That day, there was like 3 play-in games. Only LeBron scored more than him that day. Pascal cuts the basket. Easy look. Can't get it to fall. You need to get that, bro. You need to make that shot. Especially the way we shoot from the perimeter. When you get good looks at the basket, you need them to fall. So I'm tapping out of the Thunder game now because we got the Raptors back. Fortunately, Pat Williams turns it over. I can't believe that guy wants $200 million, man. Honestly, he should have to like be charged with scamming preemptively, like before, because we see the scam coming. If that's what he's looking for. DeMar goes around his screen. Vucevic, outrageous pull-up. All right, so we're just seeing a bunch of poor execution starting out. The first possession was good for the Raptors, but it's been the other 3 possessions of this game in the second half have been stinky. Just random pull-up 3 from Dennis Schroeder. Not pull-up, but catch and shoot. We're 2 for 20 from this. These teams are 6 from 37 from 3 in this game. 6 for 37. Yo, if they call that a charge, that's tough. Was he in the restricted area? Scotty did a spin move past somebody right into DeMar, who took the charge. I got to see this, though. Oh, DeMar did a great job there. But see, this is what I mean. Like, you can just, you can project us going to the basket because there's just no like there's no real threat anywhere else. You know we need it badly. You know a player in that area is not going to be looking to pass. You know they're going to be looking to shoot because we need it better than most people in these situations. So like taking charges is a much easier thing to do when this is the case. And the Bulls are doing a great job of it. They don't have a traditional rim protector. They're getting rim protect like they're getting taking charges instead of having a shot blocker. Scotty makes a shot, first points of the second half, 5 point game now, 42-37 after 26 minutes of basketball. Man, this shit stinks. Missed three from Vooch. Siakam going the other way, draws the contact, gets it up, gets it to fall. That's nice. That's nice. That makes up for the missed layup to start the second quarter. Tough finish there. Who's this? Is this a player from Celtics Heat? Jacques Jr.? Who's that? Siakam. We need this free throw. No misses. There we go. 42-40, 2 point game. Yeah, this game's actually. This game could very well end. I'm pretty sure it's on pace to end in the 70s. It'll probably end in the 80s because that's still rare. But yeah, this is some good old fashioned 1980s basketball. Another miss from Chicago. Another just jacking up a shot and it not falling. The teams are probably 6 for 39 from three today. Scotty lob into OG in the post with Kobe on him. Fights for positioning, gets a shot to fall and one. Raptors are going to have a lead maybe. If he makes this free throw, it'll be an 8-0 run to start the third, and that'll give us a 1 point lead. Heat rookie block. Oh, Javier Jaquez. Yeah, or Jaquez, or yeah, that guy. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, of course, Drew Holiday would probably strap a rookie like that. OG misses the free throw, so it is only a 7-0 run to start this half. 42-42. Pat Williams kicks to Levine, pump fake, blow by, aggressive take to the rim. Thank you. We took a charge. We finally did it to them. Zach LaVine again just like takes a really strong step. You can see his gathering to go up. Easy to project what's going on. Take a charge. Ball goes the other way. So Chicago now hasn't scored for 3:15 to start this quarter. Probably is going to extend closer to 4 minutes, assuming the Raptors take their time with the shot clock in this possession. Dennis gets the ball, almost loses it, drives to the basket, gets a good look, and I thought he missed an easy look, but they're calling a foul, so that's good. Ahmed, I want the same thing to happen. Having a players only meeting after game one is crazy, but that just shows you the powers of Maple Jordan. Because that is outrageous. That's so funny. Like, bro, it's game one, and you guys are stressed, and you guys don't want the coaches involved. And the thing is, right, like, I don't know how popular of a thing this is, but if you ever hear athletes talk about players only meetings, almost universally they look at it like this is a really bad sign. Like they don't help. It's like scratching and clawing to recover something that's just inherently broken. Like the players only meetings never result in anything positive. Um it's just like a thing that happens out of frustration, but like things never actually turn around. So to see that early is hilarious. Yeah, I hope for another one. That'd be funny. That'd be very funny. And 2 home games too, bro. Because that's what it is, Ahmed. They lost game 1 in Chicago. This is game 2 in Chicago. 2 home games to start the season. You lose 2 to like Okay, the Thunder I respect, but like realistically, like losing against the Raptors when you need a game is bad, right? Especially the way we're shooting. If we were shooting well, it is what it is. If the Raptors shoot well, we're a tough team to play against. We're not going to shoot well that often though, and we're shooting diabolically right now. So this would be a bad loss for Chicago. But I'm gonna take a really quick break right now. I'm gonna go get some water and I'm gonna be right back. So bear with me, people. I will be back. I see Chicago still hasn't scored yet. So that's nice. And the Raptors are shooting free throws. So Scotty Barnes with the chance to extend the lead to 4, make it an 11-0 run if he makes both these free throws to start the third quarter. Um, Chicago now approaching the 4-minute mark of having not scored in this quarter, which is truly nasty, despicable stuff. But it just follows along with the theme of like both teams are taking turns just not being able to make baskets. And like the product of like just this era of basketball is that teams that can't really shoot threes tend to also not have players that are built for like getting a lot of buckets in the basket or around the basket in crowds, because like a lot of players can shoot or like can drive into open space, but like you really need people with basically a post like a low post game to be able to score in like crowds the way there are when you can't make threes, which don't really exist anymore. So when a team that's not particularly good at shooting the three occurs in this era of basketball, it's a different kind of ugly to just see missed three after missed three after missed three. And we're seeing a lot of that in this game. um Raptors get the ball back, ball goes out of bounds. Uh that DeRozan basket's probably gonna come back. They're showing that the ball was in his hands when the buzzer went off for the shot clock violation. So Chicago's scoreless drought is going to extend because they're probably going to take points off the board. So it's really 48-42 for Toronto. That's a charge. Let's go. We're we're getting we're getting even on these charges now. I had to watch a lot of Raptors charges, and it's going the other way now. I don't know what Kobe White was doing there. Because like I don't know, aggressively trying to drive on Jakob Poeltl doesn't sound like the best idea. So I don't really understand why that happened, but it did. Let's see what's going on. So it looks like Denver got that W. So Denver moves on to 2-0. Memphis 0-2. 0-2, but like we mentioned earlier, they're going to get a lot of players back. Detroit up 11 on Charlotte. Charlotte's what? Probably 0-1. No, they're 1-0. Okay, interesting. What does Charlotte's rotation look like? They bring Brandon Miller off the bench? Who starts in his place? Oh man, if I was Charlotte, Gordon Hayward, take your ass to the bench. What? No, we don't need to start Gordon Hayward in 2023. I understand he's on a big contract, but that's your problem. Like, just move on from the mistake. You can't keep forcing it. Give Brandon Miller the minutes. What are we doing? What are we doing? Yeah, Lonzo, Terry, that makes sense. Hayward and Washington, it really should be Brandon Miller. And then Mark Williams at center. Wait, Cade Cunningham got ejected or fouled out? You're joking. How? Cade Cunningham fouled out in 24 minutes. Jeez. That's tough. That's really tough. I wonder who he got most of his fouls on. Like, I wonder if he was just having a hard time with Lonzo or LaMelo, or like what was going on. I need somebody who tuned into that game to explain that one to me. Atlanta Hawks might be 0-2. Oh, we need to tap into my guy Demond. Runs a channel called We Talk Hawks TV. We did a stream together in July talking about Siakam and the potential rumors of a Siakam to Atlanta trade. But I know he basically runs a channel the same way I run this channel, but it's about the Hawks. And them guys might be 0-2. So it looks like Chicago challenged that charging call on Kobe, and it looks like it's getting reversed because they're showing Jakob sitting down. And if he's sitting down, it's probably because he got a foul, because that would be his fourth foul, I think, maybe even his fifth. But hold on, they didn't wipe out the DeMar basket. Maybe that's going to happen at a different breakage in play, because that one was the challenge exclusively for that. Maybe this, I don't know, but that basket's got to go because it was definitely in DeMar's hands when the buzzer went off. 100%. What are we calling that? Is that an and one? I thought that was, if anything, a goaltend. But we're in the bonus, people. We're in the bonus with 6:50 to go. We're going to need that. Free throws. Or a team like us, we need free throws more than anything with how poorly we shoot from the perimeter. This was a good play by Precious here, finishing through the contact. Oh yeah, that's a good swipe. That's a very Caruso got him good there, but he still managed to finish. Precious makes the free throw, 6-point lead for Toronto. With us being in the bonus for this long, so this is how I would approach this as a coach, right? You're in the bonus and you have such a difference between your starters and your bench, right? I want my starters to play as far into this quarter as possible because you're in the bonus and they have an easier time scoring. The defenders have to let off a little bit. I would play my bench at the start of the fourth because there's no bonus situation there. Let them play in those minutes. But I want my best players playing the portion of the game where they're in the bonus, as opposed to the other players. I want to like kind of tilt the way the minutes are managed a little bit to just get the most out of the starters' minutes. That's how I would approach it. I don't think that's a popular way of looking at things. Big and one by Gary Trent. That's tough. That was tough. A lot of contact. Very off balance. That's a hell of a make right there. Yeah, wow. I did not expect him to make that. But 8-point lead, a chance to make it a 9-point lead. I've never noticed how far Gary Trent's hairline is from his headband until that camera angle. But he missed a free throw, so that sucks. But 8-point lead, Chicago going the other way. Caruso with the ball, trying to finish over Precious, can't. Precious gets the ball going the other way. Dennis, step back, 3 with space, gets it to fall. We're up 11, baby. We're up 11. We were down 19, literally like 12 minutes of basketball ago. We were down 19. Now we're up 11. That's a 30-point swing. The same way Chicago had a 30-point swing in this game because they went from being down like 13 to up 19. Then we went from that position all the way to the other side to being up 11. This game has endured 2 30-point swings from each team. This game is crazy. It's exactly this. This is too funny, this game. He did it. He did the 3-point thing. By the way, he explained what that is on the Raptors show with Will Liu. Apparently, the Lakers came up with that celebration playing a card game, and then it just became a team-wide thing. But then he started doing it in Toronto, and now everybody likes it. Like Grady likes it. Garrett Temple was doing it on the bench when somebody made a 3. Like apparently, it's caught on with the Raptors, so that's cool. Chicago bucket to cut it to 9. Pascal with the ball goes around a Precious screen. Good job on really bad pass from Pascal there. Stolen by DeMar, who goes the other way, gets the basket to fall. Thankfully, we did not foul him because he was going to score regardless there. Probably a Raptors timeout here. Yeah. See, I like the quick timeouts from Darko. Don't let the momentum swing too far the other way. Things aren't going well. Call a timeout. Figure it out. But yeah. The thing, I was scared of getting an and one there with DeMar because I've seen him in that situation a lot. He was gonna score, like just guaranteed. So just let him score. Don't give him an extra point. Go the other way. Live to play another play. I can't lie. That's corny still. Nah, hell no. Hell no. It's fire. Too many people like it. It's fire. What I do need to figure out though is the card game they were playing. Because I heard the name, but I didn't recognize the game. And I'm assuming it comes from that. So there's a reference to it. So you know what I'm saying? Like, Ahmed, we would probably know more about it if we knew what the card game was that it came from. But anything my guy Grady stamps, I'm with it. Pop really only got Wemby on 17 minutes at the moment. I mean, wow. Yeah, the rest of the starting lineup has 20 plus minutes, somewhere between 21 and 26. He has 17, which is on par with the bench players. Maybe it's like a humbling thing. Like you're not playing well just because you're you doesn't mean you'll play if you don't play well. So you're gonna have to sit down. Bad pass by Precious trying to force it into Siakam with hella defenders around him. Turnover. Bulls go the other way. Ball finds Kobe White. Kobe drives into a crowd, kicks it to a wide open Vucevic from 3 who hits a shot. And look, we had a 30-point swing happen twice. Maybe a 30-point swing happens the other way. Maybe the Bulls win by 20. I don't know. But nice little run here from the Bulls. I think it's a 7-0 run. But Pascal responds with a prompt 3. Lead back up to 7. 4 minutes to go. They just cut him off as I think he was saying something to someone or like he was gesturing to someone, but I would have liked to see what that was all about. DeMar misses a layup. Vucevic puts it back. If I was a hater, I would claim basket interference, but I'm not a hater, so I'm gonna let him slide. Pascal goes around a Precious screen. Precious, good read to kick it to the corner. OG does a good job of creating some space for Dennis, who does a good passing sequence there. Ends up in a wide open three for Siakam, who just can't get it to fall. Kobe goes the other way, gets a wide open three for Torrey Craig. Torrey Craig thankfully misses. Torrey Craig gets a layup off the offensive rebound from DeMar. 3-point game, 59-56. Yeah, the teams are just trading opportunities to be very bad and very dysfunctional offensively. It's our turn to be bad and dysfunctional now. To be fair though, we had 2 back-to-back good possessions, but outside of those 2, it's been bad. Looking at this possession so far, it's not looking nice still. That's almost a turnover. Precious has to just put up a shot. Yeah, bad possession there. Precious has to just jack up a shot to avoid the shot clock violation. DeMar. Oh, wow. DeMar created a wide open dunk for Torrey Craig, who just fumbled the ball. Charge for Pascal in transition. He just tries to take on like 3 Bulls defenders, ends up kicking it out anyways because he figured out half a second too late that he couldn't do what he was trying to do. He committed to the Euro step, Euroed right into Caruso, who planted his feet. He saw what was coming, tried to kick the ball out half a second too late. That's got to happen earlier. Stinky stuff. He's going out sad like Ziyech. Yeah, we know this though. We know this. We were saying this during the last stream. Jazz with an early lead on the Clippers. Are the Clippers playing a full lineup? Yeah, they are. So Utah, John Collins took Kelly Olynyk's spot. So they're reviewing this Pascal charge call. That is, I agree though there. Caruso's feet are not set. Oh, I remember hearing about him, but I don't remember his name. Let me see. Yeah, I'm looking at this mock draft, and the name I don't recognize any of these names. One second. Did we do something stupid while I was looking down? No, we didn't. DeMar misses. Scotty gets the rebound. Scotty runs the other way. No look pass to Pascal, who can't catch it, but catches it just in time to not mess that transition possession up. Kobe gets to the basket. Shot to fall. Yeah, I'm tripping. I must have heard some random name. Paul Pierce training camp was PR. 1,000,000%. 1,000,000%. Paul Pierce doesn't seem like I don't know if Paul Pierce is the guy that has the gems and the tips that would help with your game. I don't think so. He doesn't strike me as that kind of guy. Because you know what it is? Paul Pierce's game is very different from modern basketball because he was slow. And he was like slow and methodical and calculated. Like Paul Pierce could probably help Luka if anybody. Paul Pierce probably not helping Jaylen Brown. The games are too different. Good basket by Scotty there. Deep 3 from Kobe. Jeez, and he hit it. Are we back at UNC? He used to make those shots in college. I haven't seen that in the NBA. Pascal backing down Caruso. Open three for McDaniels, who misses. Payne, 63-61, 125 to go. Torrey Craig mid-range pull-up, 63-63. We got a tie game, people. The scoring has gone up in this quarter, though. Like, the scoring has definitely gone up. Big three from Precious. That probably deserved more of a reaction out of me. I'm still processing the fact that we're tied after being up 11. But we're not tied anymore. We're up 3. Precious made a big shot. I got to give him some love there. Those are the kind of shots we need Precious to make. Big moment. He stepped up and did it. Oh, no, Gary Trent. Scotty tries the no-look little lob. Gary Trent didn't see it coming. Couldn't. And then Scotty throws it out of bounds. Dog. Just do the basics. Just please do the basics. If you're feeling it, if you have some momentum, if things are going well, dip into your bag. Do your thing. When you're in a moment of like adversity and like things aren't going the best, just do the basics. Last shot for the Bulls. DeMar gets an and one. Who fouled him? Must have been like not Scotty. Must have been whoever the other defender was. Because I thought Scotty did a good job of contesting that. What? I'll be so real with you. I didn't see any contact there. At all. DeMar on 11 points. It looks like we're headed for 66-66 going into the fourth. McDaniels and Scotty Barnes checking out. Dennis Schroeder back into the game. Boucher into the game. He missed the free throw. And then a foul. That should be free throws for Precious. Torrey Craig's hustle bites him in the ass right there. Torrey Craig made a big play out of that exact situation earlier, getting an extra possession out of hustling for a rebound off a free throw. But then he commits a foul there, which probably is going to result in 2 free throws. Yeah, it is. 2 free throws for Precious the other way. Little 3-point swing there if the missed DeMar free throw turns into 2 free throws for Precious. That being said, I feel like Precious splits a lot of free throws, though. I don't think he makes both a lot. So we'll see what he can do. Bulls will take the last shot of the third after these free throws, people. So we'll be done with the third promptly. We need some makes. Made the first one. Jaden McDaniels checking back into the game. We're playing offense defense at the end of the third. Scotty Barnes going back into the tunnel. What happened? Wait, what happened? He didn't get thrown out of the game, did he? Made that second free throw. DeMar being defended by McDaniels. Oh, Daniels strips him behind the back. Get it out of your hands, man. McDaniels stripped him with like 4 seconds. They had a chance to go the other way to maybe get a basket, but McDaniels just couldn't. He got the ball. He had to go behind his back so that DeMar didn't either strip him or foul him or something. At that point, honestly, just let him foul you. Go straight up and just let him foul you. But whatever, small details in the moment, you're gonna make your decision. Goes behind the back, kind of loses the handle, and yeah, literally the ball ends up going straight in the air right after the behind the back dribble. So end of the quarter, I thought it would be 66-66. A critical DeMar DeRozan missed free throw puts us at 68-65. The Raptors have a 3-point lead, which in the grand scheme of things would be good if you told me at halftime that we would win this quarter by 10 and be up 3 at the end of the third. However, we were up 11 at some point. So bit of a tough ending to the quarter. I feel like what I was talking about leaving starters in to play while we're in the bonus. I feel like they did lean on the starting lineup more. It wasn't like an all or nothing thing where they just let them play throughout the whole third. But I do think that if we weren't in the bonus so early, we would have seen more of the bench because compared to the way we did our rotations in the last game, we saw a lot more starters playing in the third. I think because of the fact we were in the bonus. But in the fourth now, that has to even itself out. So we're probably going to see some bench minutes, like a good amount of bench minutes in the fourth. So they're going to get tested. Scotty Barnes went back into the locker room. I didn't see what happened. I checked the timeline. He didn't get ejected or anything, which I probably wouldn't have missed. But yeah, I didn't see anything. I didn't see him get hurt. I don't know why. Maybe he just has to use the washroom because that is a thing that has happened in basketball games before. Shout out Paul Pierce. Oh my God. The teams are 11 for 50 from three. The teams together are shooting 22% from three. This is diabolical. This is so bad. I hate it here. Who's made the threes though? I think we have six. One team has five, one team has six. Who has the made threes? OG has one, Pascal has one, Schroeder has one, Trent has one, Precious has one. Don't kill me. Nobody has two. Nobody has more than 1 3. Wow. Wow. Zach LaVine step back midi misses. Torrey Craig with the offensive rebound finds Zach LaVine, who can't seem to find a layup out of that good drive, dumps it to Andre Drummond, who misses because he's Andre Drummond. Gary Trent Jr. goes around a pressure screen, finds somebody underneath the basket. I don't know who it was who just pump faked and gave it back. I think it was Precious, who didn't like his opportunity to go up and dunk it, who actually passed it back to Gary, who drifted to the corner. And he made his three. So that's good. We're up 5. Drummond absolutely just bullies Precious underneath the basket the other way to get a quick basket. Yeah, I think this is about Scotty, and he's back anyway. So I don't know why what that was about, but they don't have to show that footage so dramatically. Like, if it's something, show it. If it's nothing, I honestly don't need to see it. Gary Trent coming around the screen, shoots a 3, misses. We get the offensive rebound. Precious is just dribbling clock at this point. Like, okay, finally the ball gets out of his hands. Scotty with a deep 3. What is he cooking? He's not cooking anything. He missed. Shout out to Chris Boucher hustling his ass off underneath the basket. He probably weighs like 30 pounds less than Technical difficulties, people. But we're back. I don't know why that happens, but over the last like 3, 4 days, my computer just bugs out sometimes, like once per stream, bugs out. So I actually, while tending to that, miss what happened in the game. I'm seeing we're still up 5, so that's nice. 10 minutes to go. Looks like the first 2 minutes of the fourth quarter, we didn't mess up our lead. We actually extended our lead. So I'm happy with that. It's just the thing is like with Gary Trent, like you have to have a skill other than shot making. That's just the problem. Like shot making can't be the only thing you do on a basketball court at a high level. And even it's not even a high level. Sorry. I mean like respectable level. Everything else with Gary Trent has to get better realistically. I wonder what they called this. The thing is, whose ball would they give it to if they called that not a foul? I'm curious. Oh, it would be a jump ball. That's what I'm seeing right now. Okay, so the jump ball. Precious, you got to win this. Get smoked. I thought Precious should have a higher vertical jump than Andre Drummond's big ass. I don't know though. Drummond was in a dunk contest, so who knows? Nah. Okay, thank God. Oh my God. They just called it travel on Andre Drummond, right? But before I knew it was a travel, I thought he cooked Precious Achua and I was about to snap. Not actually, but I was about to be very frustrated if he did Precious Achua that dirty. Of course he traveled though. Again, because he's Andre Drummond. That should not have happened. Oh my God. Thank God that was a travel. Precious gets stripped under the basket. Boucher there to clean things up. Misses the shot. I think he gets the putback on his own miss there, or a Bulls player put it back. I couldn't see what happened, but I think it's much more likely that Boucher put that back. Drummond finds the ball underneath the basket. He's fouled. However, a Drummond free throws are a win for the defense. If he is shooting free throws, you've done your job. Now, I don't think either two bench players are bigs right now, so the fouls aren't that big of a deal for those guys. Put him on the free throw line. That's cash money right there. He's missing at least one. He's not a free throw maker. Drummond shoots his first one. Oh, that was actually cash. The mesh barely moved there. Whoa, maybe I'm outdated with my knowledge. I remember when he was really, really bad. Can he make free throws now? That was such a good make. Oh, he didn't hit the rim with either of those free throws. Wow, I was not familiar with his game. Good for him. I'm gonna look these stats up. Can he shoot free throws now? Andre Drummond. Chris Boucher kicks to Trent. Trent goes left around the screen. He's got the switch on Drummond. Step back three. Misses badly. I don't know, man. I don't know. A contested three over a really big center, if that's the best you can do when you get a switch onto Andre Drummond, that's not a good sign. That's really not a good sign. No, he still shoots 50% from the free throw. He just did a great job there. He just did a great job there. I think that's a foul on Chicago there. I wonder how many fouls Chicago has now. OG is back in the game and Gary Trent is off. Thank God. No, Gary Trent isn't off. OG's checked in for somebody else. This is a pretty big lineup. Precious, Boucher, Scotty, and OG. Whoa. Whoa. Turnaround fadeaway from Scotty. No, that didn't look like Jordan or Kobe, but it was emulating one of their moves there. That was oof. turn around, let it go. That was nice. That was cool. We needed that. It was a big moment. He dipped into his bag, and that was a nice move. Found Gary. Okay, the way he hesitated and kind of clutched it and then shot it, I was like, he must have felt really good about that second short little motion there, because otherwise that would be a crazy decision to make. But he made the shot, so he must have liked that. He must have just it must have just felt good to just get it up at that point. But that was a really weird way of going about that possession from Gary Trent. But it resulted in a 3-point make, so you live with it for sure. Raptors up 10, 7.5 to go. Still haven't played Siakam or Jakob Pertl, so we're in a pretty good spot, I think. Bulls just made a shot to make it an 8-point game. Gary Trent with the ball. Boucher sets a screen, finds Boucher as a roll man. Boucher tries to poster Andre Drummond and gets fouled. Boucher to the free throw line. I'm like, OG is hopping off with a very strong limp. OG's ankle/foot is not feeling good. That's bad. Hopefully everything's good with OG. We need him. And he gets injured sometimes, and that's always this a rough thing to see. You want to see a player like OG stay healthy. That sucks. Hopefully he's good. Hopefully it's not that big of a deal. But he is in a lot of pain. 79-71. Boucher misses his first. Yes, see, different words, same sentiment. Different words, exact same sentiment. Bro, you just want to see him play like a cool 78 games in a year one time, just to see what it's like. Just to see what it's like. 9-point game. Levine, Scotty on him. Step back three. Vucevic set a good screen to open up some space. They didn't switch. So yeah, Levine had some space. He just missed the three. Scotty with Torrey Craig on him, calling for a screen, goes around the screen, finds two defenders, opens up a wide open three for Gary Trent, who makes it. This is what we need. Let's go. Let's go, Scotty. Scotty orchestrated that possession through and through, every single part of it. It resulted in a wide open three for a shooter, and the shooter did his job. That's great floor generaling from Scotty. Gary Trent finds Siakam. Oh, so they subbed in Siakam and Proto at the last break. I missed that. Siakam, turnaround fadeaway from the mid-range. Bucket, 14-point game. Big shot. Big shot. Tough make as well. That's fire. So Grady got no minutes in the second. This is a really weird way to integrate Grady. He got 2 minutes in his first game. He probably got 3 minutes in this game. I'll be so real with you. I don't understand the value of giving a guy 2 and 3 minutes. Let me see, just to be 5 minutes. Okay, 2 and 5. See, here's the thing. 5 minutes, I actually can understand. 2 minutes is crazy. But whatever. Like, you want to see him at least just get his feet wet a little bit, get a little bit more accustomed to what's going on. See him make a little bit less mistakes defensively, and then you ramp up the minutes. But when I saw him play 2 minutes in that first game, I was like, wait, what? Why? Just don't. Just do it or don't. Like, give him actually like a respectable cameo, because like 2 minutes is like 5 possessions probably. 5 to 6 possessions. So you're giving a guy 3 offensive possessions, 3 defensive possessions. Like, what is that? Refs bailed the Celtics out like crazy. Oh, interesting. Let me see what happened. The game's over? Damn, Boston won. Let's look at the free throws. So the fouls, Miami had 3 more fouls, and Boston had 4 more free throws. I'm assuming there were some bad calls, because it didn't look like the calls were too lopsided, but I'm assuming there's probably like some pretty shaky ones here and there. So you're a Heat fan and an Eagles fan from Maryland. How does that work? Like, I'm just curious. Like, Is where you're from, is it like people just pick their teams? Like, do you not have like local teams? Or is it kind of just like a you did your own thing kind of? Because, like, for me, like, obviously, I cheer for my hometown team in basketball and I don't have a hometown team for football. So, I picked just the one that I thought was coolest when I was like 6 or 7, which was the Eagles. They gave the Celtics a foul call on Derek White backcourt violation. Yikes. Yikes. That's tough. Yeah, you hate to see those. I'll be right back, people. Still up 14 as I'm back. There's a lot of Eagles and Steelers fans in Maryland. Okay, that makes sense because I know that part of like the states is just jumbled up. Like, I'm sure there's a part of Maryland that's very close to Pennsylvania. Then there's a part of Maryland that's like closer to like actually probably where the Commanders play out of. Because the Commanders are out of Landover, right? Yeah. Because I know, like, for example, in like New Jersey, there's like the Giants play out of New Jersey, but there's like that half in New Jersey that reps the Giants, and then there's the other half in New Jersey that's actually closer to Philadelphia that reps the Eagles. So like that part of that, like part of the states is just really like jumbled up like that in terms of like fan allegiances. But the Raptors are up 15, 11 out of 17 from the free throw line. So we're trying our best play in impersonation, but we're just DR is the difference. If DR was here, the mix would be even lower, and it would be just like the playing game. But with DR not being here is a big difference, man. Think about it. If DR was here and we missed maybe like 5 or 6 more free throws, Bulls are very much in this game. You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy about this? Joel, I have a question. Were you the guy on Twitch that used to be in Sarcasm City chats with Deshaun Jackson as your Abby? Because you know what's crazy? Growing up, my favorite players were also D Wade and Deshaun Jackson. So, like, I'm a Raptors fan, but growing up, obviously, the Raptors weren't that good at all. So, my playoff team would be Miami because D Wade was always my favorite player growing up, right? Um, like, I was never LeBron, Kobe. I didn't really care. I was a D Wade fan. And then for the Eagles, it was like I was an Eagles fan before Deshaun Jackson, so that wasn't it. But that's funny that you say that because D Wade and Deshaun Jackson are also two of my favorite athletes of all time. And I do remember seeing somebody in the Twitch chats for Sarcasm City who used to have a Deshaun Jackson Avi, and I was like, that's cold. I don't know who that is, but that's fire. So if that's you, that's fitting. That's fitting because man, it's just something about fans of certain athletes that like you can tell a person's probably like a okay person if they like certain athletes. Like if I run into somebody and they say, "Oh, I like Deshaun Jackson," I'm like probably an okay guy. You know? Um, okay, so then hold up. There's a completely different person then. Joel, there's a whole different person because like there's a person that used to be in Twitch chats on Sarcasm City that would have a Deshaun Jackson in the Pro Bowl uniform as his Avi, and I was like, that's cold. I really like that. Um, yeah, there's more. There's more. It's more than just me and Joel in this little community. 15-point game, 4.5 minutes to go. We just got to play sound basketball, and this game is over. Dennis Schroeder spins around, gets a good look at the basket, misses, but they're calling an offensive foul on Pirtle anyways. That's probably his fifth foul, maybe his sixth. Um, looks like his fifth foul because he's not kicked out of the game yet. But I want to see what happened here. Did he really like? Did he really just like toss him? Oh, that's a flop. That's a flop. That's a flop from Kobe White. He didn't do anything. Ball gets whipped to Vucevic, wide open three, misses the shot. Dennis Schroeder goes the other way. Big miss there. Those kind of threes can tilt momentum. Miss from Schroeder at the rim. DeMar goes the other way. Quick basket. 13-point game with 4 minutes to go. And the Bulls are pressing high up the court. Or they're not. Or it's just Kobe White, who seems to have like tipped a pass out of bounds. Or he fouled. They're saying Dennis Schroeder fouled Kobe White. Is Kobe White out here flopping? Wow, they got a possession out of that. Okay. They need to show me a replay because I missed what happened because I don't think it was on screen. DeMar airballs a three. Scotty gets the rebound, sprints the other way, sets up an open three for Gary Trent, who misses because just gets like that in games like this. 88-75. My goodness. Zach LaVine misses a shot. They get an offensive rebound, right? And then DeMar does the thing I've seen him do so for so long. Like, fouls Pirtle at the game, which is one thing, but the drive to the basket where, like, he goes up, clutches back, braces for the contact, eats the contact, and then puts it back up again. Gets it up, gets it to fall, and one, and Pirtle's at the game. So, like, Pirtle's at the game, and this is a little 5-0 run. I think they're probably going to review this, and that's probably why there's a break right now. But that sucks to see. Just got to close this out sensibly. You still have a 10-point lead, 3.5 minutes to go. Just play steady. Oh, wait. Why does the in-season tournament start so early? I'm not sure. I know what they want to do is like they call it an in-season tournament, but really it's like a start at the NBA tournament. Like they want there to be excitement at the beginning of the season for the NBA, because there really isn't that big of a fanfare. Because like NBA fans are usually gassed for like the first half of a week. Like the first weekend of the NBA season is like, oh, NBA is back, right? But that feeling doesn't really last. So they're giving us that first half a week and then weekend of NBA, and then they're hitting us right with the tournament when the excitement's about to die down to sustain a bit of that, like, oh, basketball is important because it's back kind of a thing. And then they're just, I guess, going to try to see like what kind of impact that has. But that's what it is. Like 82 game regular seasons are so meaningless in the grand scheme of things. They had to do something to add some meaning. Yo, you're joking. Another offensive foul? Scotty, one rebound and assist from a triple double. Oh, I didn't even know. We need that. What is even the call there, though? Is that on Precious? The camera's on Precious, so I'm assuming it's on him. If it's on him, that makes a little bit more sense. Wow, Caruso gets free throws. We're actually playing so bad. The groups are falling down. I gotta check the groups out. I didn't get a chance to see. Hold up. Looks like he split the free throws. So that's cool. Appreciate that. Uh, Dennis Schroeder, good job of getting to the basket. Misses a layup pretty badly. Complains to the refs pretty immediately. Corner three from Caruso. This is a 6-point game. Such a bad 2 to 3 minutes, man. Such a bad. Since they went up 15, just they've played so bad. Can't get an offensive possession together that results in a good look aside from one or two. Gary Trent gets a good look from three but misses. Defensively, just doing nothing. Pirtle getting fouled out of the game was big because Precious just isn't the same presence. Deep three from Kobe. Fortunately, he misses. Oh, Zach's going to hit this. Wow, he missed two. So thank God the Bulls also just kind of suck, right? But also, the way Scotty, out of frustration, flared his arms out a little bit, like, thankfully they called the foul on Caruso, and he, because like they don't call a foul and you flare your arms out and you catch somebody with the elbow. That would have been so bad right there. So I got scared initially when I saw what happened there, but fortunately they called the foul on Caruso, which should have been called. So Scotty gets to the free throw line. He made his first free throw. It's a 7-point game. Hopefully he extends this to an 8-point game. The fact that they didn't have a live draw makes it more shady. They didn't have a live draw. He missed the second free throw, by the way. 7-point game. I hate these kind of endings, especially with the new era Raptors. The old Raptors, I used to feel great about these kind of endings. That's a cold layup by DeMar. That is a thing of beauty right there. 5-point game, 150 to go. Scotty Barnes with the ball. Looks like this has been Scotty Barnes' team for the last couple minutes. Scotty Barnes backs down Kobe White, gets the shot to fall. Let's go, Scotty. Take over. Take over. Nobody else is going to do it. Take over. DeMar got Dennis Schroeder, backs him down, gets to his spot, misses the shot. Vucevic taps it out to Caruso, passes it to DeMar. DeMar gets to the basket, gets fouled, gets to the line. I don't know if anybody else is in foul trouble, but DeMar is about to get to this line down the stretch, people. That's what he does. But yeah, I'm looking at the groups right now. Boston, Brooklyn, Toronto, Chicago, Orlando. I wonder if Orlando can actually do something in that group. I feel like they could if they have a good tournament. Milwaukee, Miami, Washington, New York, Charlotte. Milwaukee might slap that group. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, these West groups. Oh, West Group B is amazing. Scotty gets trapped and gets the ball out of his hands to Dennis. Scotty wants the ball back. Caruso on him. Scotty sizing him up. Jab step. Turns around. Second defender comes. Step back jumper. Misses. 1 minute to go. Bulls down 5. DeMar with the ball in his hands. Dennis on him, which is a bad thing. DeMar, for some reason, passes. Kobe gets a switch on the Precious. Doesn't like the look. Zach LaVine with Gary Trent on him. Nobody likes the look. Kobe takes a deep three and misses. If the Bulls weren't also just a frustrating offense, they would do something in this game. The Bulls kind of just suck. They just jack up threes. It's either DeMar DeRozan does something or they just throw threes up. There's no concept to this basketball team. They don't have a thing going on. Precious badly misses a three, almost gets his offensive rebound, doesn't. The Bulls, 20 seconds to go. DeMar goes to the basket, gets clobbered because, of course, Precious Achua does not know what he's doing defensively. Um, just make DeMar finish in a crowd. Just make him finish in a crowd. Like, there's so many people there. Precious fouled out of the game. It's Boucher time, I guess. But like, yeah, Boucher checks in. Just let him shoot that. You're not gonna like. I don't know. Whatever. Like, I guess he feels himself. He feels like I can go block the shot. I can make a game-changing play defensively. But like, you tend not to make those plays. For what it's worth, I feel like he had a couple blocks last game, so I understand. But like, along a bigger sample size of like your career, you don't make those plays. So like, DeMar's probably beating you to the spot because that's what he does. He just clobbers him underneath the basket, puts him on the line. That would have been a tough layup for DeMar. Um, but whatever. We have 2 timeouts. Chicago has 1. We're probably going to be able to draw up something to get the ball inbounded correctly. It's just a matter of who we put on the free throw line. I actually don't know who our great free throw shooters are now. Fred used to be the guy. Gary Trent is probably the guy at this point. Gary Trent is the guy I want on the line. But yes. This is what I was looking at. West Group B is crazy. Houston, I feel so bad for them because they're gonna get rocked in this group. For what it's worth, though, West Group C is amazing too. West Group C is fire. There's not a dull team in there. West Group A, the fact that early season Memphis, Portland, and Utah are in the same group, that's tough. That's not worth watching. But West Group B and C, those are fireworks. Those are fireworks. DeMar's definitely getting traded to this trade deadline. 100%. 100%. And this is the thing, right? The only way he doesn't get traded is if the Bulls extend him. And if the Bulls extend him, that's not a good thing for them or him. Neither of them should be interested in that. The only way the Bulls extend him is if they pay him a lot of money and he feels like he can't get that on the open market. And if they do that, that's just them further buying into the stupid moves that have got them here. They've constantly invested money and draft picks into building this bad basketball team. And if they pay DeMar handsomely to stay, that's just further doubling down on something that isn't working, which, mind you, they could absolutely do because teams do these kind of things. But yeah, this should happen. DeMar should get traded. But these NBA GMs are not always rational actors. Gary Trent's inbounding. Gary Trent is inbounding, which means he's probably not going to get put on the free throw line. That pass went to Chris Boucher. Now, Kobe White knocked it out of bounds. We're gonna get a chance to do this all over again. But boy, do I want Chris Boucher on the free throw line? I don't think so. So I'm Darko. What are you cooking? What are you cooking? Because that did not look encouraging or sensible. Yes, Daniel. Yes, Joel said the same thing. 3-point game. Raptors just have to inbound the ball, man. They just have to sensibly inbound the ball to somebody who can shoot free throws. I'm looking at the guys in the court. I don't love anybody at the free throw line except Trent. And if I had to pick somebody else, Dennis or Scotty. I would take Scotty. For what it's worth, Scotty does decently at the free throw line in the clutch. But please, no Pascal and no Boucher. Pascal's inbounding. Thank God that changed. Thank God that changed. Trent setting screens. They passed it to Scotty, who mossed Caruso and almost threw it away. He did throw it away. Ball goes to DeRozan. DeRozan and one to tie the game. Disastrous ending here. Absolutely disastrous inbound play. Disastrous. Whatever Scotty did there was a mess. Scotty got hit in the face. He's grabbing his teeth. I don't know what happened there. Yeah, Scotty just messed the pass up to Dennis. That's crazy. Also, that's a crazy blocking foul. That's a no call. That's a no call. Come on, what are we doing? That's a no call, if anything. Whatever, man. Again, Raptors 100% deserve this ending. Just a bunch of dumb stuff down the stretch. Oh, DR is courtside. That's not good. That is a good point. That is actually a good point. DeMar missed the free throw and then got the ball back and then missed. Wow. This is a good point. Schroeder could have just moved out the way. Wait, what are the Raptors complaining about? What are they calling? DeMar missed the free throw, got the rebound, missed again, which is wild. And then Chris Boucher got the rebound. What could we possibly be complaining about? What could they have called that there is to complain about? That seemed like a very simple, straightforward thing that happened. Drew Smith, our new Zeller, he comes on, they go on a run. There's always one of them. There's always one of them. What is going on? Hold up. I gotta turn the audio up a little bit to hear. Let me know if you guys can hear commentary in the background. Goaltending. You're joking. We're gonna lose this game on a goaltend. All right, let's see what happens. I didn't see anything. Are they still reviewing it? He didn't touch it. He did not touch it. I see what they're talking about, and I see what they may have saw, but he did not touch that. If they're reviewing this, they should see that pretty clearly. He missed the ball. Actually, he dropped his hand. He went to swipe at it and dropped his hand. We didn't have our full team against either full team either Celtics did. Yeah, it gets like early season, Daniel. This shit really doesn't matter like that. Long season ahead of you. A lot of basketball ahead of you. Also, I feel like Miami's bound to make a trade. Miami, okay. Thankfully, they did. Wow. That's so stupid, man. Here's the thing. We're guaranteed to miss a free throw here. That's how I feel. I do not feel like we're about to make 2 free throws off of this. Chris Boucher is at the free throw line, right? Because that's what they would have called, or they would have given us the ball. Yeah, we have the ball. Okay, please get Gary Trent on the free throw line. Please get Gary Trent on the free throw line. Dude, I hate it. I hate it here. Dude, Pascal and Scotty Barnes in the backcourt. Or if Pascal gets the ball, I'm not a fan. Yeah, time to shine. I'm with you. I don't trust the free throw shooters either. They foul Pascal. We're splitting them, by the way. I'm gonna just tell you right now. 1 for 2. One miss, one make. 1 for 2. Who we getting in off series? Daniel, I have no idea. Because you know what it is? It's hard to. Teams are still going to make their minds up as the season goes on in terms of whether they want to keep their players or trade their players. So you're going to get a better feel for it come January about who's even available. But Miami is going to make a move. You don't miss out on Lillard and then do nothing. They're going to do something. I just don't know what it is. But basically, you can make a better call on Miami once they make a deal. You see it. You see it. He made the first one. Here's the thing. The fact that he made the first one means he's going to miss the second one, which means we could get the rebound so that we have that going for us. Scotty Barnes and Boucher in position to get this rebound. Pascal about to get the shot up. Pascal puts it up. Makes it. All right, so the Bulls take the final timeout of the game. There are no timeouts left, which actually makes this suck even more because now the Bulls are. Thing is, the Bulls, because they have no timeouts, they're not going to play the quick game and get too quickly and then put us on the line again. So they're going to shoot a 3. We know this. We should defend it appropriately. And honestly, give them 2. Just give them 2. Defend the 3. Don't foul. Make them shoot a tough 3. But if they make it, we don't have any timeouts either. So if they make it, we're going into overtime. Oh, Dennis is 2 for 9. Dennis has stunk it up. Does he have turnovers as well? At least he doesn't have turnovers. But yeah, Dennis, he's missed a lot of layups at the rim too. Missed at least 2 good ones, which is a lot because like it's a layup. All right, 93-90, 8.6 to go. Bulls inbounding. Interesting point. If the ball ends up in a non-Zach LaVine DeMar player, I actually would 100% foul. I would even maybe foul if it was them. But if somehow a random Bulls player gets their hands on the ball, foul Vooch right now. DeMar gets the ball. Foul baits into 3 free throws. Foul baits into 3 free throws, man. Boucher, you can't jump there. You just can't jump. You're so much taller than DeMar. You have such a longer wingspan. You cannot jump. You raise your hand, you make him make it. This is DeMar DeRozan. This is not a 3-point shooter. You can test. What did I say? Just don't foul. Also, for what it's worth, that's foul baiting. Chris Boucher jumps straight up. There's barely any contact. That's a bullshit call, but again, bullshit calls are a part of sports. You control what you can control, which is doing smart stuff, which is not jumping when DeMar DeRozan, a smaller player than you, is shooting a 3-point shot. DeMar is 7 for 9 from the free throw line, which means he got his misses out the way. Made the first one. And people, he's going to put these next 2 baskets in, and we're going to have to watch overtime, which I don't want to watch because, like, aside from, like, the Raptors might win, right? This game has stunk. This game really, really stinks. I don't want to watch any more basketball. Tomorrow, please. Makes the second one. He's about to make the third one. We're going to see overtime. But it's not a foul, but you just also can't jump because when you jump, you open up the possibility for the referee to do something stupid, and we know that happens. It's not a foul. But also, you can't jump there, man. He missed it. They're calling a lane violation? They're calling an offensive foul. Well, he missed it, and then the referee blew the whistle before the rebound and pointed Raptors' way. So, like, oh, these refs gotta go. I think they just gave the ball to the Bulls again. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is one of the worst refereeing jobs I've seen in a good little minute. Offensive foul on Pascal Siakam to give the Bulls the ball there. I don't actually even like. See, bro, you can't jump. You can't jump. You can't be this stupid. Like you can't have this little understanding of the situation. You don't jump. Also, this is DeMar DeRozan. This is a guy who's been getting people to jump his whole career in Toronto and outside of Toronto. In San Antonio, Chicago, and he always gets people to jump. He's done it his whole career. If you are jumping into DeMar DeRozan this aggressively, you actually just have such a poor understanding of the situation. And if that's the case, you actually deserve to lose. Wow, DeMar really just doesn't want to make free throws today. I don't want to watch overtime, man. I don't want to do this. I just actually don't want to do this. The refs have been bad and the Raptors have been bad. And DeMar won't even let me go enjoy the rest of my night. Actually, what is there to do? I actually don't know. Oh, let me pull this tweet up because this is all I've been saying. And I'm glad I'm not the only one that feels this way because I shouldn't be. Where is it? Look at this sequence of tweets. Can't jump there. You just can't. Wait, where is it? I gotta get this one out of here. Right? So that's in reference to the first time somebody jumped at DeMar DeRozan, Chris Boucher. Then, why are you jumping against DeMar? That's the second time. Two incredibly costly mistakes by Scotty down the stretch after he had an amazing game to put them in the lead, but DeMar misses three clutch free throws, and it's overtime. Here's a second chance. The understanding of where we are in the basketball game, we don't need to see this. I was going to talk about that later. I have no desire to talk about that shit anymore. Here's the thing, right? At some point as fans, we have to figure out how we feel about referees because the reality is like the leagues themselves have no incentive to improve officiating because it doesn't impact their bottom line. If referees got better, it would cost them more money and they wouldn't see the money come back. They have no financial incentive to fix refereeing, right? So as people, we have to decide how we feel about it and what we're willing to do because if we have to engineer the financial upside by making there a financial downside to refereeing being this bad. So it's my thing with people, right? Like, I don't particularly want to hear people's complaints about it. either be willing to pull your viewership and your support of sports because refereeing is bad and express such and try to unite people and make this like a thing, or just watch the game. But at some point, fans need to figure out, like, we need to, of course, another foul. We need to figure out how we feel about these things because at some point, that's the only way things are ever going to change. Fans got to get together and be like, look, let's make a point to let people know that as a group, as a collective, group of a lot of fans, we're done watching this bullshit. I'm saying, man. Like, here's the thing. I would actually prefer it if he just made it and we can just end this right now. I don't want to watch any more of this bullshit. I have no desire to continue doing this. With a 15-point lead with like 4 minutes to go, you guys don't want to do and like you guys don't want to do things correctly. Go ahead and lose the game. Fine, I understand what happened. Right? I already understand that they just did a really poor job down the stretch. Don't extend this for 5 more minutes. DeMar really wanted just to waste more time. Could have just made the free throw. Dennis makes a three somehow. Then we have a 1 point lead. Dennis made a three. Was pretty open. Scotty's drawing a lot of double teams in like the mid post area, and to be fair, he's done a very good job of like manipulating that situation. Whether it's spinning out of it and just getting a shot up, because I think he made a jumper that way, or setting up a wide open three for somebody else. But Scotty's done a decent job there. Chris Boucher was playing with fire there, throwing his elbow around like that. Catch Caruso in the face and watch what happens. Dennis pull up, midi, misses. Boucher tries to foul bait underneath the basket. Oh yeah, it's gonna be bad. Philly's rested too. Philly's been chilling, and also they're another team that's desperate for a win after losing their first game. But they didn't get their ass beat or throw a players only meeting, so it's probably not as bad. But Nick Nurse doesn't want to go 0-2 after losing to his old team. Here's the thing. I actually am so certain we're gonna lose tomorrow. Like, I'm so certain we're gonna lose. I will be here, by the way, people. Watch along tomorrow. But we are gonna get packed tomorrow. 1,000,000%. Siakam puts up a three, misses. Levine dunk the other way. This game has very little structure at this point. I don't think either team particularly is like getting back. Well, the Raptors, neither team is getting back in transition that well. Defensively, I don't think. The Raptors is worse than the Bulls. But just a whole lot of foul baiting going on right now. Not that was like not a foul, but Siakam got the ball under the basket with a small guy on him and pump fake because he's like, I'm gonna get smacked and we're gonna go to the free throw line. Unfortunately, he's gonna get the end one here, but guys are trying to get to the free throw line. I don't think they're interested in like basketball anymore. Probably tired. The game has been complete nonsense for both teams. Scotty got his triple double though. Losing OG was bad, indeed, 100%. I had to watch Gary Trent in the process. Siakam misses both. Still down one. They're showing a random Raptors fan at the game. Did Gary Trent just hit the floor or like touch the floor on the defensive possession? Hey, Scotty, whatever you do, don't jump on the pump fake. Don't jump on the pump fake. DeMar gets to the basket, gets a shot to fall. Scotty pull up three, makes it. Big shot. Big shot from the kid right there. Big shot to tie the game up. 2 minutes to go. 159, 158. Just counting down the seconds. I want this game to be over. DeMar wanted to pull up, changed his mind, gets it to Kobe. Wide open three for Vucevic. Misses. Rebound by Boucher. Caruso is he's super aggressive trying to get steals off of Raptors rebounds. Like at some point, a call would be nice. Considering what they're calling on the other team, a call would be nice on Caruso. Dennis pump fake at the 3-point line. Realistically, got fouled again by Caruso. Scotty got to bail us out at the end of the possession. Misses a layup. Here's the thing though. Scotty had like 2.5 seconds on the shot clock at the 3-point line. He did an awesome job of getting to the rim in time. Unfortunately, he couldn't get the shot to fall, but he was hurried up. Boucher does a great job there of getting the offensive rebound. He gets put on the free throw line. I feel like he's a streaky free throw shooter, and I don't know if he'll be streaky good or streaky bad here. But yeah, we're here, people. We're here. Raptors up 2 somehow at the end of this, 118 to go. If you're asking me if I feel good about the end of this game, no, because I'm pretty sure we're going to foul DeMar at the end. Where are you, Pascal? Rise. Facts. Facts. I'm going to leave this up here. Rise. Kobe from 3, misses. Rebound, Gary Trent. 58 seconds to go. No lead is safe, man. After what I saw at the end of the fourth, no lead is safe. Scotty Barnes sets a screen. Dennis looks him off, gets under the basket, finds Boucher. Yo, Boucher, last 4 points. I hope this game ends at 103-99 and Boucher got all the points from 99-99 onwards. That would be hilarious. Chris Boucher out here didn't play in the first game. Is only playing right now because the 2 guys ahead of him fouled out. Jakob fouled out and Precious fouled out. Let's go, Chris. Let's go, Chris. Yeah, man. 4-point lead. Please don't mess this up again. I'm going to be right back, people. I need a break. I'll be back hopefully when the commercial's over. Yo, wait. I'm back. The Bulls are up 1. What happened? Caruso corner 3 to win the game? Let me see. What happened? What happened? Pascal got stripped. They went the other way. Jeez. uh, but here's the thing, right? Like, what is genuinely supposed to happen for a team that's this bad at doing the basic things right? Like, this is kind of just comes with the territory, and if this doesn't like help, if this like you want direction out of this season, right? Things like this should give you direction. At, at least there's no double overtime. At least that's not gonna happen. Oh no, they could foul us. They could foul us. No, they could foul us. I don't want double overtime. Please, win or lose, just end this game. Siakam with the ball? Jeez. He didn't even get a shot off. He's so incapable of getting a basic thing right. He couldn't even get a shot off. Dog. You can't be this bad at this stuff. I'm not talking about just Pascal. Because in those two moments, of course, it's Pascal. But like the team as a whole, you can't be this bad at the basic stuff. And he airballed it anyways, right? Which is hilarious. But like, you can't be this bad. 15-point lead with 2 minutes to go. 4-point lead with like a matter of seconds to go. Can't inbound basketballs right. Can't not foul people. You can't do anything right. Like, we could have won. We could have won with offense, obviously, right? But of course, we're not going to win with offense. Whatever, right? Could have won with defense. Not going to win with that. Could have won by inbounding and just passing a ball, shooting free throws. Could have won by shooting free throws. Of course, not going to do that either. You can't blame referees when you're this bad at stuff. You just can't. You can't at all. Of course, the referees messed up, but when you do this much of like when you're this big of a contributor to your own misfortune, you have nobody to look at but yourself. That's the reality. It is what it is. That was a disgusting basketball game. That was so bad. They did so much wrong. And guys that did good stuff almost canceled out the good stuff they did, but by doing so much wrong. I'm actually here. Hold up. So pathetic. I'm so pissed. It's not us. It's not us that feel this way. We're not the only ones that feel this way. Let me see what Twitter is saying right now. Just gotta move on. Let me see. Let me share with you guys what I'm seeing on Twitter. Just got to move on. Too many errors in too chaotic of a game. We know closing games is an issue for this team. It hurts, but you have to learn from it. This is not a time for finger pointing. Some played well, some didn't. You win and lose as a team, and the Raptors didn't do enough, but you have to stick together. Finger pointing is the wrong approach in that, like, isolating one person or the other is not the way. I'm going to point the finger at everybody as a unit, though, because the unit failed as a whole. Like, the team defense failed at certain points. The team's ability to inbound the ball, so everybody collectively, 5 players running an inbounds play, they failed. Offensively, just not getting stripped. Like, Everybody failed. Everybody failed. I'm not finger pointing. I agree. Finger pointing isn't what should happen, but that was a miserable failure, though. Is there any other Raptors related tweets? We got Pat McAfee in the game. What is Eric Corrine saying? Brutal loss despite excellent efforts from Barnes and Boucher. Just some truly bad mistakes. Yes, truly bad mistakes. Can I highlight this? Truly bad mistakes. Interesting point by Blake Murphy here. The Alex Wong tweet is funny. But Raptors lose. What a tremendously poor game by both teams. Remember when the preseason was 8 games? That felt very preseason like. That's a good way to put it. That felt like a preseason game. The OVO Athletic Center big board needs to read crunch time execution, live, laugh, love tomorrow. That's so funny. If you guys haven't seen, there's these big boards at the OVO Center that showed like together or something. Like they've been showing different messages for different days. Yeah, crunch time execution would be a good thing to put up there. We got anything else Raptors related on the timeline? Not really. Not really. Okay, we'll just move on. We don't need to talk about this. Pascal's basketball IQ is dead. He gets switched onto Caruso, who's a good defender. Too much copying. If this was a young team, I'd accept it, but it's not. You're right. It's not a young team, and they don't have their own draft pick. They're a team that's technically at a draft pick deficit, who has no cap space, who has a team that is not particularly young. And this is a really pathetic place to be with that setup. But again, like I said earlier, the hope for this year was to find direction. Moments like this have to be a part of the direction. Fortunately, it's not anybody's doing but the team themselves. It's not my fault, it's not Masai's fault that, well, it is kind of. But like, it's the players are showing you a direction. You have to take it. And like the thing is, I don't think it would be fair to react this strongly if this was an exception to the rule or if this was not a pattern. But unfortunately, this is the rule and it is the pattern. This is pretty standard for this unit. We saw different versions of this kind of a game last year all the time. This was a last year game. Actually, that's the best way to put it. This was a last season kind of a game. And yeah, at the end of the day, we hired a coach so that these things would go differently. And again, bigger sample size will be a better reflection of things. But our new coach coached the game very differently that the same result happened in. What does that tell you? It tells you a different approach to playing the game won't change what the players are capable of in these kind of moments. Your players are still going to, like, if your players make bad decisions, they're still going to make bad decisions because they're bad decision makers. It's unfortunate, but it happens. Right? It's happened last year. It happened again today. If it happens continually over the course of the season or even inconsistently, that means it's there, and that means that's the thing with the players. You can hope at some point that this stuff changes, but hoping that things change is it's taking for granted that things aren't happening for a reason. So, I think that the Raptors tend to have very poor execution down the stretch for a reason, and the reason is the talent on the court. They have 3 bets on the bench as well. Like, what the hell is the squad? In all honesty, I don't see a difference in the offense to last year. In terms of productivity, yeah. So this is, I think, actually, like, it opens up a pretty good conversation of like, we're attempting to play basketball pretty differently, but we're getting the same result. What that tells you is the approach isn't actually that important, but the talent is. The talent and the guys are what's going to dominate whatever approach you take to playing basketball because of the limitations of the players. So, I don't know. Steve Kerr could pull up, or whoever you think orchestrates a very good offense could pull up. You'd probably get pretty similar results with the same talent. It's a problem. It has to be corrected through having different players. And again, I mentioned this earlier in the stream about how, like, the thing about The thing that would be good about being decent this year is that you could repair people's trade values, and then that's when you could get rid of this team. That'd be good. Like that'd be nice if we could be, I don't know, 42, 43 wins, be a respectable team, show some like competency, and then trade players, right? Then you can move people when they're at a high. Unfortunately, we're probably gonna have to trade players at their low point, right? If this type of stuff continues. If we traded people this past offseason or at the last trade deadline, we would have been trading at a low point. Um, at a low point in terms of trade value. Had we been able to be respectable this year, maybe their value could go up and that's when we could move them. But like you can only play that game for so long. At some point it has to come to an end. At some point you have to admit like there's nothing these players are going to do to make their trade values substantially better because this is just what they are on a basketball court. It's unfortunate, but it's the truth. With no first years, these wins matter. With no first this year, these wins matter. 100%. 100%. So this is the thing. Because of our draft pick situation, the wins matter. And then because of what I said about trying to increase people's trade value, the wins matter as well. It's important for us to be like, to get things right. And we tried a big change with the coach. We did. Doesn't look like that's going to pan out too well in terms of like actually different results. Again, it's a different flavor of the same thing. Right? We're the same. Like today, we saw the same games that we used to play last year with different offensive and defensive tactics. It's the same style. It's a different style of the same end result. So the style doesn't matter at that point. If you've seen two different styles yield the same result. So yeah, at some point things have to be figured out with the team. But yeah, I'm gonna call it here. I just hit the 3-hour mark on the stream. It was real. It was fun. This is still ultimately a lot better than going through this stuff alone. So I'm happy I did this. I'll still be here tomorrow to talk tomorrow's game as it's happening. We're probably gonna get packed tomorrow, but that's okay. The game is the game, people. I'll still be here. We'll still be talking ball. Hopefully I get to see some of you guys there tomorrow. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream as much as I enjoyed giving it to you, but I didn't enjoy it at all much today, to be honest. But yeah, man, I don't know. It's tough. We might have to do more trade content. I'm at a loss for words, but yeah, be here tomorrow, people, man. Make sure on your way out, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Come tune in tomorrow because we got more to talk about. Peace.